Welcome back to 1010's Podcast. My name is Michael with Adam and Robbie, and we are back again. It has been a long time since we've done a normal podcast because Robbie did a solo podcast last week, which was not last week.
And I forgot to say I was on a remote Kanga Motorsports studio.
The remote Kanga Motorsports studio? You need like a little...
I totally forgot.
Little like...
We need a cue card.
Yeah, cue card you carry with you. You can just hold up. It's got his logo on it.
Yep.
Whoop. So... But anyway, how was that experience? It's been a couple of weeks of firsts for you.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, like really nervous, because
As you should be.
I never.
Jesus.
Well, it's like any of us have never done a solo podcast.
That's because no one should do a solo podcast.
That's true.
You got to have two friends,
right? You
gotta
got to at least have
something.
two hosts.
You gotta have someone to bail you out when it
Yeah.
goes terribly
Right, yeah.
wrong.
Right.
People paying attention to what's going on.
But I think you did really well.
I thought I did okay.
It was good.
Well, it was such a fucking nightmare because I tried on Tuesday night to have an interview with him, and then all my audio stuff didn't work. So after about a half hour dicking with that and him being super patient, I said, "Can we please try tomorrow? I'm so sorry." And he said yes. So then I went into work early so I could leave early so we could do it earlier. And then I was able to get it set up and we ran it. But my setup was weird because I had one headphone was for him, the other headphone was for me. So like my audio's all screwed up. So I'm like moving the earbud on and off my ear the whole interview, trying to get the audio right. And then of course I didn't even bring my headphones back, so we got different headphones today.
It's all good.
And then when he hung up, I'm like, "Oh, stop! You should go to our autocross. It'll be sold out. So don't do that." Well, see you later.
Damn it.
But we talked for like almost 40 minutes.
I know.
Which is like 20 minutes longer than I thought it would last.
It was great, though.
You got through it.
I did.
We don't audio edit either, so like
No, whatever.
that's an extra thing you just got to remember is like whatever comes out or doesn't is forever now. It's on the internet and
Yep. But I was prepped. Like he had emailed us and I was prepped for it, and I watched the movie again, just any excuse to watch that movie again.
Right, yeah.
I made Jess watch it with me. So we watched that, and then I wrote a bunch of notes on what I wanted to ask and talk to him about. So it went good. I was really happy with it.
So yeah, if you want to check that out, if you skip that episode because you're paranoid about why it's so short,
listen to it.
you should listen to it.
Yeah.
Twice, then it won't be so short.
Yeah, then it's
If you listen to
it 3 times, it's as long as a normal episode.
Yeah. It's an average length show.
It's 33% of the posts and 33% of the length.
Boom.
It makes total sense to me.
Mathematically.
Mathematically,
you met expectations.
Robin found a way
you
to
met or
make
exceeded
math out of this.
expectations.
Because, of course.
naturally.
All right, I'm going to move on. But on that autocross note, there are a couple spots left. If you guys are interested, please go to Motorsport Reg or go to Facebook, find the event, 1010's Podcast Autocross, and then follow the link to sign up for that because there are a couple spots left. Like I said, there will be some attrition. People will kind of come in and out, but there's a couple spots open right now. So if you're interested, do that. But it is like within less than 5. Let's put it that way.
Man, we're popular.
It may go up and down, but just, yeah.
So ridiculous.
I would
hanging out with 45 of our closest friends.
There's a phrase Robbie thought he'd never utter.
Friends? Yeah.
45.
No, closest friends.
4 or 5 is too
4 or
many.
5
It's too many for Robbie.
Who has that many friends?
1 or 2 is a good spot for Robbie, I
Yeah.
think, but only on the weekends, not during the week. Maybe only Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
He needs a day to wind down from that before he goes back.
Saturday between 1 and 4:30. But that's it.
That's fair.
Maybe a lunch scenario, but
Or-
if it's lunch, only 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of dinner.
Just, yeah. At brunch, that's kind of early.
Or if you want to, like, if someone wants to go to Jurassic World with me, I could do that.
Isn't there a new movie coming
Yeah.
out? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I saw a preview for it. I was like, how many damn Jurassic Park and Star Wars
They're going to do 3 more
sequels
of
can
them.
we do? Jesus.
There are three of the new
How
ones.
long can you run away from
I
dinosaurs?
told Robbie that they just need to stop. And then before he could jump down my throat about it, I said, and I feel the same way about Star Wars, so don't even.
Yeah, Star Wars
For
for sure. Let's leave it
It's
alone.
time to-
Ruined.
yeah,
Let's leave it alone.
You've beaten that dead horse.
I think there's another one coming out this year.
Star Wars?
even. Yes.
To be completely honest with you, as much of a fan as I am of Star Wars, I don't have any idea.
I think there's another one coming out before the end of the year.
The
too
one
many.
that just
There was
came
the
out, like
Solo or whatever.
it creeped up on me. I didn't even know, and I won't go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it comes out.
It's weird. So anyway, all right. So I have an opener this week.
Ooh.
So a couple weeks ago, we talked about our O-Drift experience doing media for that. So I want to make a correction. all of our friends named Thompson. I think on the fly I flip-flopped him. So Jacob Thompson, he was the one that was doing backsies in the 350Z.
Is that reverse entries?
Yeah. He's doing
backsies.
I'm calling them backsies.
Is that a term?
He was going into that
now.
backwards. It is now.
I didn't know that was.
It will be adopted by the drift community now
good
because
with
it's
that.
out there. Number 2 drift podcast. So Jacob was doing that. He's got the 350. Ryan works for KC Auto Works with an X, and he's the one that built the Drift Vet, which Robbie has up here. And so I was talking to Ryan because he found the show. I swear I didn't pay him to listen to it, and
Doesn't matter if he did, as long as he listens.
he did. He listened long enough to tell me about the Corvette because we had talked about how do you weld something to an aluminum frame. How do you weld a steel roll cage to an aluminum frame?
Right.
Because that doesn't make sense. So anyway, he said, so his is a C5, and he said that the base model C5 are steel frame. So that makes that easy. And I'll just read what he says here. The front section of the main hoop goes all the way down to the base plate on the frame and then goes up to a plate that connects to the rear main hoop. And then he sent me a few pictures, which Robbie has up here, of where basically his base plates are. If you go back, Robbie. So there's, so you can see kind of where that... He attached one hoop to the lower frame rail, and then he attached a second hoop to the upper frame rail, and then if you look at the overall Corvette when it was done, it was he basically married those two hoops together. So yeah, it's very structural.
Did he say, like, is it lighter, or did he talk about overall
I don't know if
weight?
I don't know if he's weighted or not. I don't know
I'd
that
be
he's
curious
weighted.
to
That's
know.
a lot of tubing.
It's a lot of tubing, but it's also a lot of body work that he removed and a lot of creature comforts. That I mean, it was a C5. They were not like the pinnacle of automotive design, but there's still a lot of stuff in there.
He also said he thinks he doesn't know for sure, but he's probably correct. Z06 C5s are aluminum frame.
So then can you not do that? Or is there a way to still do that?
I don't know, because Matt Field has a C6, and it's got a roll cage in it, so...
And those are all aluminum frame?
That's my understanding, is those are aluminum. Which would match what Zach LaPetrie said, right?
And
Who's Zach LaPetrie?
Or not Zach. God damn it, with fucking names!
Yeah, because he's rebuilt a handful of them, like, because he works in at Billions. Oh gosh, what Billions is it? Chevy.
there's billions of
It's gotta be.
billions.
It's gotta be.
It's
they
gotta be
are.
Chevy because
right?
he rebuilds Corvettes.
Yeah. So yeah, they had some new Corvettes get wrecked and then bring them in.
Is
They go
he-
like, yeah, we could fix that.
Is he approved to, like... Is he the Corvette guy?
He has turned into the Corvette guy.
Oh, because I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
When
think
you're
it
the
is,
Corvette
too.
mechanic.
Yeah. Well, he's the Corvette body guy,
Well, I would think that
which I
would
think
be a
might
big
be
deal.
even a bigger deal than the Corvette mechanic.
That's pretty huge.
I think so.
When did he start doing that?
He's been doing that a couple of years now.
So yeah, he said that did he say the 6s are aluminum or just the 7s?
I can't remember exactly which ones. He posted and said which ones were which.
Yeah.
Because you have to
Right.
glue the sucker back together.
Basically.
What was that in reference to?
He put a frame rail, like a lower frame rail in one because it had been T-boned or something like that.
Yep.
I'm surprised they didn't part that one out. The insurance company threw that thing away.
Yeah, insurance wanted to fix it.
Really?
Yep.
I'm surprised they wanted anything to do with
I wonder
that.
if that was a
I
package.
I can't remember the detail. I think it was like a brand new car or something. They wanted
like a
the-
brand new Z06
Yeah,
carbon
they-
edition or
Oh.
something stupid.
They wanted to fix it. And,
Maybe it got damaged, like some weird shipping incident happened.
yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while.
Like a real freak,
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong with the car. It just got accidentally dropped off the side of a
except that
trailer.
there was a lot wrong with the car.
It got dropped off the side of the trailer, but it's got 6 miles on it.
No, his Instagram, he had quite a few, like, walking through the process of basically rebuilding a Corvette. Just completely take it down to nothing and start from the frame, work your way up.
Do you know his Instagram off the top of your head?
Jay LaPetrie.
There you go. Look it up. If you're curious.
LIPETRI.
I'll give these guys.
He's not
Instagram
super.
out.
He's not super active, but he posts cool work stuff.
So if you're interested
go.
in the Corvette, that was Ryan, KCAW_Ryan. And then I will look up, I don't know if he goes by Jake or Jacob real quick. But yeah, he was doing the backsies. Jacob Thompson is T-Man, TMAN 52. If you're
Sorry,
interested in
everybody.
that. So check that out if you're into that.
Definitely check
He's-
out Zach LaPetrie's.
Check out Zach LaPetrie, Z LaPetrie. At
Is it Jay LaPetrie?
I hope that Zealot Preacher is somebody, because that would be hilarious. Why am I getting all these random followers? Why are they like cars? I'm into horses.
Yeah, now I got to tell him
It's
to
not
go.
coming up now. I don't know.
Yeah, now I got to tell him to go on Instagram or Josh LaPetri on Instagram. You look him up. He's rad.
You find him. He had the Scion. Does he still have the Scion?
Yeah, it's been sitting.
The red Scion?
Yep.
So if
on
you
the
see
back
that
burner.
and you see some Corvettes, that's the correct
That's the one.
Zach
There you go.
LaPetri. Sorry. But not that sorry. We still love you though.
We do.
Yeah, I think that's it for mine. Oh, he did say that this is his first roll cage, so that made me feel pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a.
That's a great
hell
way
of
to
a roll
start.
cage. I think he's
So you're putting it all out there for the world to see. You gotta
There's no hiding now.
step up.
Yep. Yeah, that's quite the roll cage.
You
there,
don't just
but-
paint it over
he's-
it and call it a day.
yeah, he's legit though. I think he does like off-roading stuff too.
Oh, I can
So
see that based
he's-
on the cage
he's-
too. It's
Yep.
Lots of
It's
triangles.
super built. That is a hell of it. But, you know, you got no car. There's nothing. Like the roll cage, there's
a
nothing
friend.
between you and the outside is just the roll cage. There's like no door, there's no, structural steel, there's nothing. It's just that's all you get. So I could see why he was cautious about his bracing.
Yeah.
I wonder how much like side impact door bars there are inside of the door on a Corvette. Like,
You
is
would
there
think
a lot
you'd
of
have to
metal
have a
in there
lot
still?
of metal in the
Yeah.
door. You would think so.
Do you think those doors are like crazy heavy as compared to like a regular door? I
You
wonder.
would think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
To make fiberglass not flimsy, you got to put a lot of fiberglass in there.
Yeah. Well, then if it's a convertible, you got all that extra structural shit.
Yeah, that too. So
The S chassis have door bars in heavy air quotes.
Yeah, they
Have
do.
Inside
you had
the
your
door.
doors apart?
Oh yeah, like a bunch of times.
There's a bar that runs through there.
Uh-huh. It's really nice to grab onto that when you're holding
Lifting
it.
the door?
When you're working by yourself to put your door on by yourself. It's a great way to hold on to it.
Maniac. Just ask a friend.
It's also a great way to scratch your fucking brand new vinyl.
Oh, this was a recent incident then.
It was back in like January.
it's hilarious.
He's very angry. Anyway, that's it for my opener. Adam, did you also have an opener?
Yeah, I got a real quick one.
Longest show of all time.
So it's been a couple of weeks ago now because we haven't recorded in a couple of weeks together. But as requested, I stopped in Carroll, Iowa, with Andy Sherman, friend of the show.
Not his name.
Sharman.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Let's not get a single name right ever on this podcast. Zach Bart. What else we got? What?
Oh, I've got lots of names to mess up before the end of this show today. Don't you worry.
Holy cows.
But we had talked about that 8080 or whatever it is, 88, the Facebook page that gives away cars when you buy shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
the
that?
880 or whatever.
Is it 880 or something like that? He told me, he's like, hey, go check out that Evo 10. That kid won that from them. And obviously you got to go check it out because I just assume that they're shit builds with no-name parts and stuff like
thrown
that.
together.
It actually looked pretty good. It looked like it was fairly well put together and like it, had all kinds of APR carbon parts on it and stuff under the hood was all name brand and properly put together. And I was surprised. It had normal panel gaps. If it is a salvage title, it was at least put together well. And I was impressed.
Is it this one?
Yes, it is actually.
All right.
So I got carbon doors.
No, that was
Oh.
I got all excited thinking it was carbon doors. They're
Jeez.
they're just. I don't know if the car was originally white and they wrapped the doors, or if the car was originally black and they wrapped everything but the doors. I'm not sure, but either way, the doors are black and the rest of the car is white.
Well, the hood's black. Is that carbon?
I think it was. Yes.
All right, I'll allow it.
It was open, so I'm going to be honest. I didn't really notice.
It's a Panda.
You didn't notice carbon fiber?
I was too busy looking at all the APR carbon fiber that's all around it
Fair enough.
because I'm all about that aero stuff, and
Yep.
APR is pretty legit when it comes to that, and it's also carbon. But it had like a front splitter and the front canards and like a rear small diffuser panel and an APR wing, and it looked like a really well put together car. I was very surprised.
Nice.
So I guess maybe it might be worth $10 every once in a while if that's what you're into.
I'm curious how many people do that. Like
Well-
what your odds are.
So Andy told me that he's like, I'll I'll buy a $10 T-shirt from him. Whatever, you know. If I end up winning that kid got that car and $30,000.
Holy cows!
So they gave him that $30,000 that pays for the taxes on the cash and the car, and you end up with a little bit left over. But the car then is truly free and clear.
Nice.
So I mean,
That was my next question. Was it, do they have a car and then you win it and they go,
it's
well,
got like an $80,000
it.
stated value and you can't afford to
You can take
register it,
or we'll give you $10,000 and all this goes away and you can pay your taxes with that.
Right.
You can pay your taxes on your $10,000 with the $10,000.
Right.
I guess I'll
you
take
come
the
out with
$10,000.
like $4,000 left over. Right. But no, that's
pretty cool.
$30,000 and a very well built Evo 10. So
They've been doing it for quite a while.
and that kid apparently bought $10 worth of T-shirt from him. So
That's it. Just a
Wow.
one-time deal.
That's a pretty solid return on investment.
Yeah, I would not be mad about that.
And he said he's heard of people buying like $3,000 and $4,000 worth of shit from that place.
That's how they pay for that.
Whoa!
Because people are crazy.
Right. So there's people out there who are just dumb enough to do that. And you know what? They deserve to get that money taken away from them.
It's like the raffle thing. Instead of selling something, the
absolutely.
raffle thing. That drives me insane.
That's
It's
exactly
so
what-
annoying.
That's what this is, except on like a grander scheme.
Yeah, but
But Robbie,
it's
if you wanted to
legit.
sell the 240,
just sell a raffle, $500 a ticket.
no, not even that, like $20 a ticket, and then
But you
people
got to
buy
sell
like,
like 1,000 tickets.
Yeah.
so
and
you're
then you draw
way
one.
clear.
Yeah, $20,000.
You're way clear of the amount of money that you needed for the car.
Right.
So you're ahead.
This is genius.
It's not genius. It's annoying.
1010's podcast is having a raffle.
A raffle and away to Blue 240.
Blue 240
Of undisclosed origin.
and undisclosed parts that are going with it.
You have to take any extra parts that Robbie has in his garage.
It may or may not be Robbie's 240. We can find a blue 240 with $20,000.
Actually, now that I think
It'll
about
be
it,
fine.
I've got some parts I'd like to get rid of.
Oh yeah, we could put.
So we'll just
If we're getting
you
rid
get-
of parts, then somebody bring a trailer to my house.
You get a 240, but you get all of our extra parts, and it doesn't matter what you do with them, but you have to take them.
You could start your own like swap meet booth.
You have the worst swap meet booth of all time. It's
or the best.
two stock 240 body parts, LT1 parts, random LT1 parts.
Couple of heads off a
Yeah,
80s Dodge.
80s
What are you
Dodge
gonna do with
heads.
that shit?
People come over there like, what in the hell is all this shit?
How did
How'd you get all this
What?
stuff in one place? On purpose? You won the worst raffle of all time. That's the answer.
Yeah, but it only cost me $20. So you'll at least get your money back and swap meet.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty good
You
raffle.
think?
to
Yeah,
me,
we're still
huh?
stuck
Well,
with all these parts.
That sounds like a great raffle to me.
Well, we'll set it up then. We'll do the raffle.
I don't really want to sell a 240.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just
All
joking.
right.
We could sell something else though.
Can we try just a raffle of all our own shit, even if somebody
I
only
like
buys
the
one
idea.
ticket?
Let's just
Like
put
a
a big
10 cents
pile of
raffle.
shit together and just sell it as a
We
raffle.
sell one ticket, we're ahead, right?
Then we can,
And then somebody
Now
has
it's
to
your
take
problem.
it. Somebody has to take it.
we
at
can
that
include
point.
like
Not-
shirts and
shipping
hats and
not
stuff.
included.
Yeah, like 10
We'll
cents
give them a
shirts.
sticker at
Yeah.
least.
no money involved because there's zero monetary value. It's just that you don't have to. There's no tax burden of this pile of
gosh,
shit.
no.
It's literally the stuff that we couldn't be bothered to throw away.
Perfect.
Publicize it. It's a good PR move, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Was that it for your opener?
That's all. I just wanted to talk about it because
Somebody got one.
we followed. We followed up on something for once. Look at us.
Hey, how about that?
Look at us.
So I talked to Booney today.
Yeah.
At Factor Fabrication, and he's like, "Do you want me to make a traveling trophy?"
For
And I
what?
said, "Yes, I would like you to make a
Absolutely.
traveling trophy."
For what
so-
kind of trophy?
Yeah, what am I winning?
So FTD at the Autocross
Okay.
gets a trophy.
Okay.
But it's a traveling trophy.
So what happens if it ends up in Chicago?
Booney will find you. Oh, if it ends up Jabay,
Yeah.
we'll figure out how to get it back.
Okay.
We'll see Jabay eventually.
Okay.
Or we can figure out how to ship it. But anyway,
How big is it?
I don't know because I told him they could do whatever. Him and Max, I said they could do whatever they wanted to. And Max has a whole.
Somebody's getting
Holy
like a
cows.
brand new car.
Someone's getting
That
like a
doesn't
Game
run.
of Thrones looking spiky trophy thing that they can't put in their car. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
It'll be like Top Gear where we
Yeah,
They
exactly.
bought
You get a
souvenirs.
I hope Booney's listening. It just because the
It's a
other
big
thing he's
chair.
like, if we just keep doing this, I'm gonna just keep making it bigger. Like I'm just gonna weld more shit to it
Yeah.
until it's immovable. It has to come in a trailer. But I know currently they're working with Max's old E30 engine, so there will be.
It'll be car
Oh, that's
related.
fantastic.
I don't know if he's gonna put the block on. I don't know what they're doing.
Those are iron. I'm pretty sure that'd be terrible.
It's a great trophy. You sure you want to be the fastest person here? Here you go. Also, you got to take this pile of shit with you.
Or raffle it off.
Or we'll raffle.
Oh, there we go.
Raffle off the trophy?
That's hilarious.
No, we have the traveling trophy, which keeps getting bigger, and then the pile of shit, which is the raffle.
Which also keeps getting
Or no, maybe that's what you do. The pile of shit's second place. So, like, you really don't want to be second. You want to be first or third.
But do you really want to be first?
I think I think the trophy's going to be cool.
The first time.
No, I think it'll be cool.
That'd be fine.
But like the 10th time,
We'll see if it
maybe
gets out
not
of
so
hand.
much.
We don't know. If it may or may not get out of hand. I don't
Rudy's
know.
gonna be there like with his portable welder, like tacking,
Welding stuff to it.
in each event. He's gonna be tacking shit on.
So anyway, I think it's going to be sweet. Looking forward to that. But yeah, second place not where you want. No,
Whoever-
just kidding. We're not going to do that to somebody.
When it travels, the person who is losing it has to donate a piece to it.
You can either weld it yourself or Booney will weld
Oh
it to
yeah,
it.
whatever.
That's an interesting idea.
You know, when you lose the trophy, a part of you has to go with it.
oh man,
That's not the worst idea.
No.
That's actually not a bad idea. I wonder if people would.
it's kind of it's like on the league where you can do whatever you want to the trophy.
Oh,
Like,
that's
do,
right, yeah.
Super fucked up stuff to it.
I like it. So anyway, Booney's making Booney and Max are making a sweet trophy that we will weld more crap to over the next.
It's like lemons when you get penaltied.
You get the trophy.
Well, no, they use. I don't know how much they actually do it, but it's written into the rules that they can like weld shit to your car to
Just let you know.
because you're being a douche or whatever. So they'll take like a giant piece of plate steel and just weld it vertically to
Oh my
the roof
God.
of your car.
That seems like a
So
really
it's
bad
just
idea.
Sticking straight up in the air, just a giant air brake.
That seems like a horrible idea.
Make it great for bombing braking zones, though.
Jeez,
So instead of welding stuff to people's cars, we'll just weld it to the trophy.
Yeah, that's rude.
I think that's fair.
Anyway, that'll be fun. You don't get that other places. How about that? It's a unique experience.
That's one way of putting it.
Why are you gonna be such a downer about it?
No, I'm good
It's
with
gonna
it.
be sick.
I'm great. It's gonna be hilarious. I love it.
Should we do our topic?
Let's talk about whatever it was we did this weekend.
What we do last weekend?
I don't even remember, to be completely honest with you.
I think I just.
Robbie had man flu again.
I did not have
Go on another trip and he has
I
man
did not
flu.
have-
You were hacking and coughing. Yeah, exactly. You can't go on one vacation without Robbie having some sort of communicable disease.
Robbie literally said day one, if I'd have felt when we left, if I'd have felt like I did on Thursday or on Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was, I wouldn't be here right now.
It's true. I felt like garbage on Sunday.
What is it with you, Robbie?
It's like your body doesn't
My
want to
body
go.
knows what's going to happen. It says, "Don't do it."
His body knows he's gonna have to socialize, and it's just
It gets ill.
It's a mental thing. Is
It
really
is.
what it is.
There's going to be so many humans there. Don't do it.
They're everywhere for like 4 days.
So Gridlife,
We went. Yeah.
we did it.
We went at a
Again.
reasonable time this year. We got
3
there on
years in a
Thursday,
row. Crazy.
which they do some time attack stuff on Thursday.
They do.
They did. That was nice.
Set new lab records in every single class.
Right
On
off the bat.
Thursday, like just
New record.
one after the
New
other.
record.
Yeah,
And there wasn't anybody there to see it.
Nope. Well, I was there.
I was there. To
It's
see
just
it.
the media people and the vendors and
The drivers.
The drivers. That was it. Which that's okay. But would have been cool.
Fortunately, I was setting up my tent when Will All Young reset the track record, and I'm still fucking mad about it. I was like, literally what I went there to see was that car run, and I never actually got to because he wouldn't take it out in the wet because he didn't have tires for it. All he had was full slicks.
I'm surprised it
He
doesn't
didn't have any
setup.
wets. I'm not that surprised he doesn't have a wet setup. That car's got a lot of money behind it,
Yeah, I suppose.
both personal and sponsorship dollars. And I can't say I blame him for, like, if you're not going to set a lap record in that car, leave it in the parking lot. Is kind of how
First or last.
that level of
Hell yeah.
car operates. If you can't reset records, don't even bother taking it out because you're just going to break something instead.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And it doesn't look good.
And of course, since it was in the pits, I don't have a picture of it.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was. The car was. Was it in the trailer or was it out of the
No,
trailer?
No, I
I
was
was
sitting in
out
the
of-
Fortune booth almost.
Oh,
the
that's
entire
right. It was in
weekend.
the Fortune. Yeah, because our Vibrant dudes didn't.
No,
they didn't
we
make it
missed
this
them.
year,
Didn't
which is a
make it
bummer.
because they just got back from like what looked to me like essentially Australian SEMA.
That sounds like an excuse. They travel all the time.
Well, I think they literally got back on like Tuesday.
Your point is,
Gridlife is Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's your
Plenty
point?
of days to
Plenty of days
recover.
to turn around from a 21-hour flight or however long that is.
That's
It's
fine.
forever.
Right.
But my point is,
Basically a
should have been
different
there.
day.
Yeah. This will tell us whether or not they listen, because I got a message from Art being like,
Hey.
hey, asshole, I was tired. That is a terrible flight back.
I believe
and the
that.
time change and all that is not good. So anyway, it sucked to miss them, but maybe they'll be back next year. But very large festival
There's a lot of
in
people.
its 5th year.
I can't believe it's only the 5th year.
I know, it seems like it's been
Sold
doing it for
out.
well, so I did talk to Jabay about that, and I said, man, that's crazy. You've only been doing this for 5 years. He's like, yeah, except I've been doing it for 14 years. So
Yeah, so-
you got to take it with they were doing Honda Meet and all that
Gridlife
stuff.
itself, yeah.
The thing called Gridlife, they've only been doing for 5 years, but yeah, realistically, they've been doing.
Yeah, is
I
it
think
hot?
you said 2003, maybe.
Yeah, what was it? Honda Meet or whatever they called it?
Honda Meet, yeah.
West Michigan Honda Meet, still a thing.
Oh. Yeah, so... He's
And,
yeah.
and he's been
there's
doing other track days. Obviously,
Yeah.
did stuff with SCCA, and so yeah, I get that. They had all the pieces to put them together to make the thing that it is. So it was successful. I'm just saying it was,
It was
had the opportunity to be a big thing off the bat, as opposed to
success happens with
success
Jabay.
breeds success.
Yep.
It's his magical garage. I
Yeah,
keep telling
it
him
is.
that, and he just plays it off like it's no big deal.
Oh, no, it's fine. We need to visit this garage.
I was hanging out with him Friday night, and we had gone over to Spectator Hill. After the racetrack was cold, it was all dark. There's everybody out in the concert. The camping area was already fuller than it was the year before. We're out there on Spectator Hill, and he goes, "That's a mile of all my friends." And I don't think that he's that far off of being right about the distance from the furthest point in the camping area to the furthest point in the paddock. I'll bet it's pretty close to a mile's worth of people. And it was like solid
packed.
people. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
What were the rumors? How many people?
I've heard 12.
I heard 12,000.
And I don't have any way of substantiating that.
It
Other
kind of
than
felt
I
like
believe
12,000 people.
It felt like
a lot
12,000.
of people.
Sure felt like
Considering there was camping across the street.
It used to just be a parking lot. They actually had a couple of people camped out there
They
this
had
year.
camping, and then they had camping all the way on the other side of the track, up near turn 3.
Yep, it went all the way to the, like, as far as the property line extends at that point. There's just trees and a fence line after that.
I think when we were there for the 3rd year, I don't think it quite went all the way to turn 2, the camping.
Last year, maybe Saturday night, it got real close to it. But
Right.
Friday night, when I was out there, it was already full.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fullest it was 2 years ago
Was what it was,
was
Friday.
what it started with Friday.
Right. So,
Because the paddock in 2016 never filled up with drivers, but on Thursday night it's already
all the way out to that
all
south
the way
gate.
out, spilling out, full.
it's crazy.
I mean, they were like, they were having it like, hey, everybody be friends and like get your shit closer together.
I rode around
in
on
the
a
paddock.
golf cart with Austin for a little. Austin
Just
Cabot.
telling people to get
Just
closer
telling
together.
people, like, hey, you know, like,
There's room.
whose car is this? Like, could you think you could, like, just move it over a little bit? Like, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. So,
Yeah, they were jam-packing people in
it was
there.
insane.
We can't go 1 year without send nudes on something, can we?
No.
No. They said, in the media meeting, they said, capture the culture.
They did.
So I took a picture of the car that had the picture of
The send nudes, right? 2 years running. Send
Robbie took
nudes.
a bunch of pictures of people being pulled out of or stuck in the mud.
I did. There were a lot of people getting stuck in the mud.
I can't believe what happened to
hilarious.
that ground over there. I don't know if it was just because
Destroyed.
dummies were doing dumb
We
stuff
had-
in
I
it.
don't think so.
You think we 2 inches of rain total
It was a
through
lot
the
of rain.
weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of rain, and that
It's-
place is kind of a marshy area, it seems, to begin with.
Because it was storming. What was it? Saturday morning
morning.
from
Yeah.
5 to like noon.
Yeah.
And it would, because it's next to the lake, it would just like let loose. It'd just be fine or a light rain, and then it's wham, and it's just, you're drenched.
And I swear it changes. Like, you look at a weather forecast, and it changes every 5 minutes.
Nobody's matched. Yours
No,
said like
yeah, mine would be
30%,
like, oh
his
no,
said 50.
There's like 0% chance of rain. And Tim would pull his up and like, no, dude, it's like 75.
Yeah, it's raining right now.
I don't know what to tell you.
There were a couple times I was standing out, not completely on the track, but in that K rail next to the entry, or on the entry, basically. And I was standing out there, and I was like, oh, it's not supposed to rain. And I'm out there, no raincoat, with my camera, and like no backup protection. I get out there, I'm like, it's gonna fucking rain. I'm gonna tell you that right now
You
because
just
I'm standing.
asking for it,
I got
man.
nothing, no protection.
protection.
And of course, it started raining. I just ran to the truck, try to put the camera in the truck.
Yep.
That was That made it a little bit difficult because you couldn't. I don't know. It's hard to plan on where to be because you didn't know what was going to happen.
No,
in any given
so I just
time.
left the camera in the car most of Saturday.
Yeah, that
to heck with
that
it.
Lumix camera, I'm sure it would just immediately seep into that thing. The
I didn't
Nikons,
I didn't
and
want to chance it.
the Canons that the other guys had, that stuff's like semi-sealed.
Do they call
Or if it
that
gets-
weather resistant?
I would not shoot with those in the rain. Although,
But if it gets a drip or two when you're in motion,
Yeah.
life goes on.
I'll never remember his name, but he's the guy that was there in lieu of Larry Chen this year.
Gosh.
He was standing in the rain and his camera was on his harness thing, and it was just getting rained on. So I was like,
Oh.
well, that's why you spend
Yeah, a bunch of money.
$5,000 on a camera body because it is waterproof at that point. But
Maybe
it still
someday.
made me super nervous. I was like, Jesus, like,
If that's your
cover that
living, I mean, okay, fine.
And those guys take cameras in and get them serviced periodically because they run
they
so many.
need to.
They run the shutter all the time. So yeah, you have to. Autofocus gets off and all that stuff. But on that note, Robbie, this is like your first big time photo shoot.
Just talk to us about.
You went to the
about
media
photo
meeting. You got the
things.
purple
What?
vest.
Well, I couldn't believe it. I go to the meeting and I didn't even realize what tier I was.
You asked me like 3 times. You're like, we're not tier 1. I'm like, yeah, Robbie, we are.
Yes,
We're
right.
we're tier 1.
Everyone that wants the special vest that can go wherever you want, come up and get in the line. Tier 1. I'm like, all right, well, I can't be that. I'm tier 3.
Like, Robbie, get in the line.
No, no, there is no way.
Get your ticket out, Robbie. Get in line.
It said on your ticket, Tier 1 Media.
Never would have guessed that. Who made that mistake?
Jabay.
Thanks,
It's
Jermaine.
because we know a guy.
But that worked out. It was great. I had
It
really
was
cool,
great.
I had cool shots.
Yeah, you were close to stuff.
I had to basically lean over the guardrail to get my shots because my lens
You had to stand
isn't super long.
very arm's length away from the guardrail. Safely
that's what I'm
to
saying.
Take the
Yeah.
pictures.
Forsberg almost literally killed you.
Oh, he did. I got a great picture of him and
And Turek.
Tanner.
Oh, was it Tanner?
Him and
Oh,
Tanner.
that's
In the
right.
drift
It was,
taxi.
wasn't it?
They touched noses because one was going the wrong direction.
Yeah, so we were having.
Speaking-
We all had fun. I liked standing on the entry K rail.
Yeah, for turn
That
one.
that was like way too much fun.
That was
'Cause
a
those
good
cars
spot
are
for
right fucking.
That was a good spot for drifting and time attack.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
a good
It was a
spot
great spot.
regardless of what you were doing.
You're way closer to any car than anybody's ever going to be,
yeah,
or
they're right
should
there.
be.
except for when Robbie almost
Frankly.
gets killed by Tanner Faust.
Yeah, they had it on Jalopnik where it shows where they touch and then they spin and then the camera kind of pans out. And then
Can
there's-
you see you?
You can see my arm in the camera. 'Cause I take a step back and then take a step forward
That's
to
hilarious.
get back to my shot.
You can actually see yourself in that shot.
Yeah, there's
That's
one
awesome.
person right next to me that's they're very visible, but you can see me like kind of get back into the shot and start taking pictures again.
Hell
Robbie
yeah,
was
he
on
does.
Jalopnik.
I was on Jalopnik.
Boom.
Good, I can take that off my bucket list.
Now we gotta
Yeah, I
get
got one done. Thank God. That counts. I'm counting it.
Yep.
What's funny to me is earlier in the weekend, you, Michael, I think, had said it's fine to stand there because the only way somebody would hit that wall is if somebody else hit them into it.
Yep.
And then what happens?
Right
Robbie
after
almost gets killed because somebody gets hit into that wall by somebody else.
I was fine. I said I
If
wasn't.
he had hit the wall, you had been okay.
I said I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
move, and then I moved anyways, like a big pussy.
Yeah, because at O'Drift the
kinda
last
have
time
to.
we said we weren't you. I was like, I kept backing away, and I didn't need to because at O'Drift you're pretty far away from.
Anybody.
You just when you have a long lens and all of a sudden the car's coming at you. It's
A long
you have-
what? I don't have a long lens. You got
Well, when I was shooting at O'Drift, the car comes at you.
Yeah, you're
you don't know
way
where
far
it is
away.
versus where you are perception wise when you're looking through the viewfinder. So you instinctively back away.
I think you should never, ever underestimate a car's ability to end up in a place you would never expect it to end up.
Yeah, that's probably true. Probably
So-
good advice there.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to run away from a car either, so you better be standing behind something.
Well, that's fair too.
Yeah, hopefully it stops against the guardrail.
It should.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Cue rally spectator videos.
Oh gosh. But yeah, you, Michael, Thomas, and then Tim were all teaching me camera stuff. They're like, "Oh, here, do this setting. This is the shutter speed, and then the aperture, and other jargon." And
ISO.
then- ISO.
You just gotta remember those three.
What's your ISO? And I was like, "It's auto." Okay, that's good. Then do your shutter speed. You could do 30, or you could do like 125, and then like, oh, I learned so much. There's so much here now in my head.
The other thing on that Lumix camera is you can set it on like full AR-15 or not AR-15, but like full automatic mode and just lean on the button. And on that camera, it's mirrorless, so it will take 9 photos a second.
I took full advantage of that at first.
So that's what Robbie did to get shots.
5,400 pictures.
It's like watching a video. It's ridiculous.
There was a couple that could have been turned into GIFs because you could see.
Absolutely.
You could see the car slide, and then like the bumper just kind of falls into this picture in a way.
So anyway, but it worked. It worked for you.
Yep.
That's all.
Like I kind of got away from that once I started to get comfortable and figure out how to take pictures. So like a lot of the stuff from the first day got thrown away. Plus I was too far away. But I had some good shots. And then when I was trying to capture the culture, I was just trying to find debauchery in the campground, take pictures of it.
So many wizard staffs.
So many wizard staffs.
Man, one guy does that 2 years ago, and now everybody thinks they need to make a wizard staff out of beer cans.
No, they do that at every tailgate ever.
Really?
Yes.
At
Yeah,
tailgates they do it?
That's
Tailgates and
absolutely a
festivals.
thing.
Man,
It's a thing.
that's not fun.
Just see
It's
it.
not cool. First guy did it, it was cool.
Who wants to? Why would you carry that many beers?
They're not
I assume
full.
they're empty.
No, they're empty. But why would you just carry an empty can all freaking day?
See,
I
we
don't
had
know.
joked that because they won't let you bring beer into the concert area. Make every one of those an actual can, like with beer in it
full.
still.
They'll never question it. Just
they
look.
won't. That was my wizard staff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just make every other one, or like the bottom 6 or something like that.
Oh,
you
the
know?
top ones. That's what they'll usually do is they'll tape a full one to the top, so then when they drink it, the whole staff goes in the air.
Yeah, but these guys couldn't because it was
So long.
2 foot taller than they were, and like had like trident spears on it. It was
Yeah, I was getting at, it was like
ridiculous.
who could make the biggest wizard staff.
And the staff section of it was like 4 cans in diameter.
Yeah, that's too many.
It was
It's like way too
60 cans in those things.
way too much ingenuity.
Saturdays for the boys, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Those bros were very serious about partying. That guy's mullet. That's a lifestyle.
And his like
yeah,
American
Booty shorts?
flag Daisy Dukes.
that's a confident man.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a drunk man who doesn't care.
Same thing.
He had to be confident at some point though.
Yeah, because you don't walk into a store and buy those
Right.
without some level of confidence. Listen,
Right. Although it could have been a late night drunk Amazon purchase.
Yeah,
So it
those,
could have been drunk start
those
to
are
finish.
running shorts.
Those women's running shorts?
No, they're
or
men's
something?
running
men's
shorts.
running
Dudes
shorts?
are-
Oh.
you're just
You can
not
get-
for-
Oh, okay.
You can get men's running shorts with a 3-inch inseam
Why would you do that to yourself?
to show off these legs.
That's not worth it.
No, my legs aren't that.
I have
sexy.
nice quads, but I keep,
I got rollerblading
keep it
quads.
down.
They're like fat.
Yeah.
The fat on top.
Absolutely.
fat up here
Yeah.
Yeah.
by the crotchal area,
Yeah.
not down at the bottom.
Well, then when you're running and you got these 3-inch inseam shorts, your thighs rub together.
yeah, that sounds like
Super uncomfortable. Then I'm self-conscious. That's why I quit running. Fuck running.
running's horrible for
Running
you.
sucks.
Running's terrible. Absolutely.
I ran a marathon once. Never, ever,
Never
ever,
again.
ever again.
Robbie's got that 26.2 on sticker on the back of his
Do you?
vehicle.
No,
Oh, boy.
but
You did it one time.
I have the medal hung in my garage to remind myself never to do that again.
It's a reminder of never again.
This is the stupidest thing you've ever done. You've done stupid stuff in your life.
This is right up
this
there
one
at the top.
Takes the cake.
Be right up there with bull riding when and if.
That's not stupid.
Absolutely stupid.
No
Robbie.
way.
That's the dumbest.
That's the greatest.
No.
Yep.
Saturdays
for the boys.
I don't think I want to open that can of worms, so I'm just going to move on. So we'll be here for way too long.
That's fine. We got to make up for the last episode. Everyone's all mad.
Yeah.
Because it was short?
It's only
that'll be fine.
33% of
They
a
were
regular
triggered.
show.
They'll be all right.
Free podcast.
So anyway, what else you guys want to talk about? Tanner Faust is there with the drift taxi.
He
The
was.
most angry
running
car.
into people.
Most angry car in the world.
Not on purpose, obviously.
The car sounds so fantastic.
I always forget what Chris Forsberg calls this car.
The La Fama
It's
Blanca.
La
La Fama Blanca,
It's
thank
not
you.
Blanca. It's black now. So
Negro.
it's La Flama Negra.
Yep.
Negra.
When, I don't even remember when it was white.
The first year we were there, it was white.
Was it? I don't
Yeah.
recall that for some reason.
Yep.
I
It was
remember
there.
always being black. I remember it being black last year, but
Yep.
anyway,
The first
doesn't matter.
year, the only pros that were there were him and Turek. The first year.
Okay.
The only like big name pros.
Man, that's changed.
Yep.
yeah. And,
And
then last year,
JTP.
just kind of like
Exploded.
here we
Everybody's
are
like,
with our
hey, can I
semi
come?
haulers and our like the entire top 16
Falcon decided-
of FD.
They've got 17 cars they don't use anymore, so they're going to put those in the trailer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I find it very interesting
Discount
that-
Tire, which is the greatest
I love that car.
advertising campaign of all time.
That is the smartest one.
That car, if somebody's like, go choose.
Yeah.
Go
What's
have-
in it?
It's
Do you
an
have any
LS.
idea? Is it
It
just
sounds so
it's
nasty.
got like a pair of turd skis hanging off
No,
of it?
I don't think so. I think
No?
it's just NA. I'd have to look at it again, but
I can't remember.
man, I don't know why I
It's
like that
loud.
car.
Yeah,
It is loud. I don't know what it is about that car. Maybe because it's not. It just kind of looks like a normal S chassis,
Yeah,
and it flies.
Yeah,
And he was
it's
tandeming
very,
with
like,
the pro cars
stock
and
body,
stuff. Yeah,
which is not the FD way anymore. Doesn't have a bunch of bolt-on, rocket bunny fender flares and
and
shit like that.
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
not a low boy. It's just an S chassis with
Right.
an LS in it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more than that, but that's basically what it is.
It's from the outside.
I don't know. I really like that car for some reason. I liked being able to see Gitten's car. Remember that on Thursday when we got there? We got to look at
Yeah.
Vaughn's car and actually look at it, the Mustang.
Oh yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's nice to see a real high-end pro race car build and what goes into it and what it looks like.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, basically touch it. It
I
was
can't
right there.
decide if that's the FD car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Do we
this
ever get a
discussion.
consensus?
No, we're not
Well,
sure
so-
if that's the FD car or not.
This is something I thought of later on that I was going to talk to you guys about. Good time to do it, I suppose. There's a significant lack of three-wheeling, so maybe that isn't.
I don't know.
He does three-wheel a lot with his
Like
FD car.
when he's
She's
competing,
saying this one's
that-
lower power.
Yeah, or maybe he's just holding back.
or maybe it's a stiffer suspension setup and just not quite the same. Maybe it's a little lower on purpose to kind of look cooler
Well,
because it's the demo car.
Well, I don't know, though, because those guys move shit around. Because when Forsberg was at, where was he? Was it New Jersey? Turk was giving him shit because he raised his car and changed. I don't know if he changed spring rate or what he did exactly, but he was giving him some shit because he changed the ride height of his car. Like, I think it was a joke. Like,
Who's winning? Who's not here? I mean, I'm just saying.
that's kind of true. So anyway, I think those guys move those cars around a lot. Like, I'm fairly convinced on Thursday those guys were doing rear end changes.
Jeez.
I didn't see it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they like, oh shit, we got the 3.4 in here. We got to put the I don't know.
top of 473
373 in
quite
here,
where I
yeah.
need it to be.
So I'm sure that they move stuff around. But yeah, it would make some sense if he actually had two cars that looked exactly the same, just in case he stuffed that one this weekend. He wouldn't have to worry about fixing it for.
I think that he has the financial backing to have two of those if he so chooses.
I'd be surprised if he had just one, and then they let him do this type of event with his pro car.
Right.
Yep. Actually, I take that back. The Pennzoil car might be my favorite car. That,
The one
that Pennzoil
Chelsea
car
D'Onofrio
is
was driving.
dope. I don't know
Because
why
it
I
was
like
kind
that
of
car
just
so
like
much.
a Mustang.
Yeah.
It's an RTR Mustang, right?
It is an RTR Mustang with a cage.
But it just
It
looked,
might be 700
It
horsepower.
just looked
though.
like a street car,
Yeah, it kind of looks
Yeah.
like a street car.
except that he was getting mad angle with it. I assume it's got an angle kit in it still, but it wasn't anything wild.
You could drive it to the mall
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then drift it on the way
It's
home.
called the street car,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
but it's like whose street car? Von Gitten's street car? I don't
Well,
know.
it was like that.
Vaughn getting
that
a
FRS
Ford GT is a street
Right, that
car.
is, he's got lots
that,
of street cars.
That FRS that Turek had there the first year, that he called that his street car.
Oh,
that
the
was like a
2J one,
6
yeah.
or 700 horsepower big single
Yeah, those
2J.
drifters kind of get out there in the weeds on what's a street car.
Right.
Even when they're broke, they do.
Well,
Yeah, I like
and
it. I like
those
it.
like crazy low cars that with all the crazy body kits and the wild offsets and stuff like that. Apparently, that's street style.
True.
I learned that this weekend.
Yeah,
So, define street car.
that sick Laurel, that's a street car.
You mean the Yanny?
The Yanny's a
Yeah,
street
we're gonna
car.
make that joke, just like everybody.
He did.
else
It's on the windshield.
It's true.
it says Yanny
Along
on the
with like
windshield.
way too many other stickers. He was full on Fig Newton.
It's full JDM style. It's the four-door.
that red
Super
four
JDM
with
car.
all the
we have any
stickers. I
I
don't
do.
think we have any pictures of that
I do.
car.
It's in my file list. It is. It's in there. There's at least two. It's one or two. Actually, it's one of it probably just being all smoky.
Yeah, it's all smoky.
There we go.
We'll open it.
But there it is.
Perfect.
So
Oh,
many
it is that
stickers.
car,
Yeah,
isn't it?
he's completely covered in stickers.
Apparently that's street style. I learned that this weekend from Steve. Shout
Wow.
out to Steve.
Oh yeah, Steve Wickersham from Scrapyard.
It was really cool
That
to see
poor
him
guy.
there. Dude, he was a trooper.
Can we tell? Do you think we can tell that story?
Can you tell a
we have
story?
to tell that story.
So we're sitting at camp, and Steve comes in. He goes, "I just lost my phone." And he goes,
And you're like, oh, you
Yeah,
probably
shit.
lost it in the mosh pit or
Shit.
something. You know, that happens.
and he goes, "No, I went to the porta potty to use it, and I was using the screen as a flashlight, and then it slipped, and then it went into the toilet, and he reached to grab it, but then he fucking volleyball slapped that bitch straight into the
Projectile right into the.
straight into the bottom of the porta potty. So he didn't have a phone anymore, and he wasn't about to go.
But that's
dig
not
it.
even the best part of that story.
So then he goes, he gets a new phone the next morning. Drives like an hour to go get one. Comes back, and just so happens they're sucking out those
The porta potty.
Porta potty.
That one as he's walking by, and he goes, "Hey, there might be a phone in there." So the guy pulls the tube out of the end, and he looks at it, and sure enough, there's an iPhone
stuck right on the end of the
stuck to the bottom of it, and he goes, bare hands, grabs it off the end of it, and holds it out to Steve. You want it back? No!
No!
He's not even wearing gloves.
Well, first of all, the guy's been going around pumping porta potties with no gloves. So they're like, why the fuck does he care?
Almost literally 24/7 for the entire event. There was a truck on site the entire time we were there.
Which, props to them.
Props to them.
That is the most dedicated septic team I've seen ever.
They did a
bang up job.
Like, that's a little thing that you probably don't think of. Last year it was not. It was literally a shit show.
This year, not a shit show.
This year they nailed it. They did, and you know what? Kudos to them for using 2-ply toilet paper in a porta potty.
Yep.
I'm super proud of them.
That was
They
nice.
probably told him there's going to be 50,000 people here. Just assume that. So just keep going because they tell
Robbie
you
and
like what the rate is per week.
Yep.
Like it's 50,000.
Just
Don't leave.
Don't stop.
Robbie and I were walking up to Spectator Hill, and they were cleaning it out, and I seriously like considered going over there and be like, dude, I'm like,
No joke.
no shit, no joke here. Thank you. You guys are doing awesome. Because I'm sure nobody's telling him that, and like that would make his day, you know.
Yeah, except to try to shake your hand, and then you'd have to deal with that.
Well, at around
Find any
midnight,
phones?
or midnight, like on Friday, I saw them pumping, and then when I woke up, it would have been early Saturday morning because it was raining.
Yep.
The same people were pumping,
Still pumping.
Yeah, so either they never left or they slept like no hours,
Right.
like 2 hours.
2 shifts on that deal. 3 shifts.
That's
Triple
crazy.
shift that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
So
sorry, Steve, about your phone.
yeah,
but thanks for hanging out.
Man, that was a good story.
That was
So-
great. His little tent thing was rad.
He did have a sweet tent. It was like an army cot with a tent that went on top of it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's like a
Which
single
is like
person thing.
totally makes 100% sense.
Yeah. Like
I,
we should all have those for events. They're great. It looked like.
I don't even know where. Maybe you could go to an army surplus store and
I
get
would
them.
assume he got an army surplus.
Sure, you can.
Well, he
Google this.
got his because
Amazon.
somebody was throwing it away.
What?
Yeah, he said somebody was throwing it away, and then I was like, what are you doing with that?" And they're like, "Oh, we're throwing it away." He's
I'll
like,
take that.
I'm taking that, thanks.
Yeah, no joke.
So I got it for free,
Oh, that's
and it
perfect.
works perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's nice. Like really nice.
Yeah.
Because our tent didn't hold up so well.
You
My tent.
listen. We got rovers and shit on Mars. You couldn't have if you had told me beforehand, like, bro, 2018 tents aren't waterproof. I would be like, fuck you. You got to be kidding me.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, we've been to fucking Mars.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
tents aren't
We
waterproof.
put a guy on the moon.
People have been on them. That was 50 years ago. People were on the moon. 60 years ago.
Yeah.
50, 60 years ago.
Allegedly.
We can't get a tent that doesn't leak.
Nope. We
Like,
can't.
I looked it up afterwards. I'm like, it can't be real.
It's not a cheap tent either.
No, his a really
No.
nice tent.
It was like the Taj Mahal of tents. It had a foyer.
You could fit 3 queen beds in Thomas's tent.
And they weren't
I think
even
more than
touching.
that. Yeah, actually, our beds weren't touching.
All
it.
3
and
of our,
Thomas,
we had space.
Thomas was laying the other direction in
yeah,
there.
that's right.
We still
Rob,
had
Michael and I were like one way.
end capped, and
then
Thomas
was long ways in the middle, and there was
Still
ample
space.
around all of us.
I slept in my own tent.
Yeah, you did.
I looked around. I think I had the oldest tent there.
That tent was made before I was.
that looked like the tent that you got for Boy Scouts in 1960.
Everyone else
Like,
has these dome tents.
You
And then
had
there's
a
me with,
teepee tent.
No, it was not a
Straight up
teepee.
triangle.
No, yeah, it was a triangle.
Yeah,
Got
not
the-
a teepee
It's got the
tent. It was-
smoke hole in the top.
Yeah,
No,
it was a
yeah.
triangle.
It's a
It was
triangle
fucking
tent.
Triangle. It was hilarious.
But hey,
I'd never-
It was legit.
he stayed just as dry as we did from a tent that's as old as we are.
And it is
so-
not waterproof.
Well, no, but neither was ours.
At 5 in the morning, it starts raining. I can hear him like, son of a bitch. And I just reach my hand up, and I can feel it coming through. No! No! Then at 7, it's just downpouring. All my stuff I got moved to the car. I couldn't believe how dry it was on Saturday night, though.
Robbie snuck into our tent at some point,
Just to drop my stuff off.
deposited some stuff.
I went back, though, and toughed it
You
out.
could have
I've
come
got-
and snuggled with me.
I
would've
no,
been
I
fine
made
with
my
it.
bed, and I was going to lie in it.
Literally.
Literally.
I have questions for people at Shields or REI. I still am not convinced that we don't have. I mean, we have tarps.
Yep.
But like Bear Grylls like lives in that. Like he does that on purpose, regularly.
What do you mean, a tent?
Yeah.
Tent things,
Yeah.
allegedly.
I'm not
I'm
convinced.
not convinced that the camera shuts off and he doesn't get in his RV, but
Whatever.
I'm still not convinced that, like,
people go and do that for fun.
you can't keep water out of a tent.
I'd never been camping.
I don't think I'd ever been.
None of us
tent
have been camping besides Thomas, who's an Eagle Scout.
You guys had never slept in a tent?
I don't
No.
think I've ever slept.
That's why I didn't know they weren't
Well,
waterproof.
actually, no, that's not true. So when I was a real little kid,
Yeah.
I used to take my tent down to the river that was right by our house.
Yep.
And there was a bridge right there across the river, and there was a big like sandbar underneath there.
Yep.
And I would set my tent up under the bridge because that way, if it rained, I wasn't.
That sounds super homeless.
Well, I would, because I was like 10, so I'd
Yeah,
be
I
like, I would go home at like night and get food and like,
They
pretend
come-
in my head I'm
Camping.
stealing food from these people, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a homeless bum or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I figured if I was going to get wet under the bridge, like I had bigger problems.
Yeah. Then you can just go to the house.
Well, and then there was always, I could just give up on the fantasy and go home at that point if I had to.
The only time I've ever slept in a tent, once I was really little and I was at my grandparents' and I slept through a storm apparently, but it must not have been much because I didn't get wet. And then
Right.
the other time I slept in my backyard, and then a spider crawled across my face,
That
and
was
then
it.
I went in the house.
Word.
So that we went into this going, I'm gonna make it through a weekend, no matter what, and I did, and I'm so proud of myself.
I'm not giving up on tenting. I'm going to find a different tent.
Yeah, we could do this again.
Yeah, I think we need
I'm going
to
to find a different tent. Like, I've been doing tent research. I'm serious.
Are we going to end up investing in like
I have like a
tent?
$5,000 tent or something
yeah,
that's
the-
actually just a pop-up.
Sponsor this show so we can buy a tent.
Yeah, we'll put your logo on it.
Yeah,
Tents are not
absolutely.
that expensive.
They're really not.
No. That's why I feel
Like
like
a
if you
$300
bought,
tent is a lot of tent.
right. That's why I feel like if you bought a real serious tent, like you might be better off.
But like I would buy like a normal 2-person queen tent, which is like apparently a 16-person tent.
Yeah.
Because tents have orgies in them or something. I don't know. I don't know how they come up with that number. Like it doesn't make any sense at all.
How do
Well,
you?
no, because-
it's like a sardine can.
Yeah,
Well, no,
they should. No, I've
was
seen
it-
diagrams. It's like literally everybody's just laying right next to each other, and then like people are through the middle, and then there's people here. I'm like,
No,
nobody sleeps
no,
like this.
no.
Was this the end of the world? What
Tim's tent was a 5-man tent, and it would have been tight for
it was
two.
just his queen bed in
It
there.
would've
and
been
that was
tight
all
for
that would
two.
fit.
Yeah, 3 at most on his.
right. Like define 5-man.
So anyway, I would like to have Tim's tent, which would be like a $75 tent, because I looked it up. It's like a
Right.
$75 tent. If I could spend double that or
And
triple
never
that,
get wet
and it's
again?
never going to be wet, I would
worth it.
100% buy that. If
Absolutely.
you said this is $200 tent, it's waterproof, you're good. Great. Here's my money. Thank you.
They make one for the back of the Avalanche.
But is
Why
it
don't
waterproof?
you own that?
Why don't I?
Yeah.
They're kind of expensive.
Oh, you don't say.
They're $250.
There were a bunch of like Subaru Foresters in general admission camping
Oh,
with
yeah.
those tent things out the back of them. Like there were people doing that life, like the Subaru tent
Those people
life.
were dry, I bet.
Yeah, I could do that.
So yeah, they looked ridiculous until it started raining.
Yep.
There's a lot of Subaru Foresters in general there.
Well, I mean there were a lot of Subarus there
A lot of Subarus.
at 3:00 in the morning.
Yes.
I took NyQuil to sleep through it. I didn't want to hear some Subaru at 3.
I didn't wake up to any of it.
It really wasn't too bad.
I slept surprisingly well.
Where we were really wasn't bad at all.
No, just hearing
Robbie
people
got woke
leaving.
up to somebody trying to break into somebody else's tent, but other than that,
That was hilarious. What was that?
it's raining out, dog.
It was Saturday morning. So this, I don't. From what I could decipher, somebody broke into someone else's tent,
Well, I think it was that tent that had collapsed
Yep.
just over the like.
which would make sense because those guys were partying pretty hard.
And I have a feeling that there may have been an unexpected female guest
Yep.
in the other tent, and that's why he was so mad about
That would explain
the
it.
guy whose tent collapsed trying to come and sleep in his tent with him.
Oh, I thought it was a rando dude
Yeah,
trying to break
I'm
into his
guessing they
tent.
were friends.
Oh, I
No,
see.
but at
And
that
they're-
moment, they were either both really drunk or high or something.
They were enemies.
And they were enemies, and they were yelling at each other, like legit ready to fight, screaming. And one guy's like, "Get the fuck out of my tent!" And the other guy yells back, "It's fucking raining, dog!" And I thought they were ready to like throw punches. I stuck my head out of my tent, looking like
Robbie was excited. He was like, I got my camera. Let's do this.
I didn't catch any fighting on my camera yet. Let's do it. And then nothing.
I was fucking out cold. I didn't hear any of that.
No, I didn't hear
Steve
any
was
of it.
pissed because Steve was closer to that than like a few feet closer to that.
But then Robbie woke up the next morning to the dead Kennedys.
Yeah, then next Sunday morning, these 3 people in the tent next to me woke up and wake and bake, I think, and then they're sitting there talking about the merits of dead Kennedys. And like, yeah, man, they didn't do it for the money, man. It was like about the music. It's like, it's fucking 5 in the morning.
Wait, is that the same guy that was talking about like intelligent design and how God would have automated the universe and all this shit? Was that the same? Because that dude was fucking gone, man.
Had to have been the
It's
same
like, man, if God was real, man, he would have automated the universe, man. This is while I was walking by, so I missed most of it.
That had
But I was
to
like,
have been the same
bro,
guy.
what happened to you? That guy's in a different dimension, man. He's on a different planet right now.
Yep. I don't know, maybe if I just didn't notice it in the past, but I think this year there was a bigger divide between the group that was there for the concert and the group that was there to race.
There were a lot of like Nike'd out bros that were there for an EDM festival.
There was more bros than I remember seeing in years past, which is fine. They're there for the concerts.
Hey,
they're there to party. And
they buy tickets.
Exactly.
We support that.
They
sold
paid for
out.
Time Attack.
Absolutely.
And then Time Attack guys, it seemed like 9 o'clock on Saturday night, a lot of drivers just took off. They're like, I'm done with this shit.
What was fascinating to me, I was in camping when the Waka Flocka concert was going on Saturday night, and there was nobody there.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody.
For the record, I like Waka Flocka.
Paddock was still full of people.
Right.
It was hilarious. Camping, they're there for the concert. Drivers, they're there for the driving.
Yeah, with a few people mixed in between for both.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently Flocka was terrible.
I'm a big fan of Flocka. Not the drug, the Waka Flocka singer.
The Waka Flocka Flame.
Yeah, Waka
The
Flocka
artist,
Flame.
as they say.
Yeah, I like his music. It's on like my workout playlist, and he puts on a terrible concert.
I feel like that's a problem with a lot of rap.
Well, that's not true because the cool kids, I don't even know.
Oh, it was great.
They did a good show. I don't
Had
know.
a great show.
Well, yeah, but I think there's a lot of like terrible rap concerts.
Well, if you have a hype man yelling "what" every other like
What?
10 seconds,
What?
that's too much. I turned to Thomas and I said, "All right, we're turning this into a drinking game. Every time he says what, you drink." He goes, "I'm not dying tonight."
You would be dead.
But I was really excited about Waka Flocka, and I was really let down. Maybe that's why I built it up in my head as being a really good show.
I don't know.
But yeah, Cool Kids was good.
Cool Kids was good. And then
Kofreshi.
Confessi?
Confessi.
Confessi.
Kofeshi?
Kofeshi.
Kofreshi?
Yeah. Kofreshi.
I think it's Kofresh.
I think-
Kofresi?
We can't
Kofressi,
get- No
yes.
names are right.
There's no
tonight.
H.
Are you
There's
sure?
no H, so it can't be
Kofresi.
fresh, right? Kofresi?
I don't know. You guys talk
the
about it.
second-
Cofresi is how it's
I
spelled.
don't know why I'm looking it up on my phone. I have a computer.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Kofresi.
Kofressi.
Kofresi.
They were good.
They're not bad. They were there last year.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
What was that band that was there the first year that just fucking
Savoy.
killed? Savoy.
Or was it Savory?
No, there's no R. There was no R. It was Savoy. They
were awesome.
They went to South. I think they were at
Gee.
South last year.
Yeah,
Jabe, if you're listening, tell
them
Chris
back.
Stewart to bring Savoy back.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
like Savoy.
Savoy was like,
And-
that was probably the only concert we've sat there and listened to the whole thing.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
'cause we
even
were on-
enjoyed that,
yeah, we were
and
on-
I can't stand most
We were
of that
backstage
stuff.
for that
Oh,
one.
we're backstage.
Well,
on
that did.
fair. I remember
That
that.
did.
That made it way better.
But it was really freaking good, though.
They were good.
Yeah,
I really wish we would have gone to South when Andrew WK was there.
that would have been a fucking time.
That's a concert that was on my list of.
That would have been a time.
That would have been a concert to see.
Yeah. So
But it was a good show. I'm really happy with some of my photography stuff for never doing it before. I thought I had
You
pretty
learned?
decent luck. I just did the shotgun effect. You just spray and pray and hope that something.
Just wait now; it'll completely ruin your life because you're already talking about lenses.
We need a new lens. I can't stand next
Yep,
to
see,
cars.
here we go.
I can't lean over the guardrail to get a shot.
I disagree.
When Tanner Faust kills you,
Yeah.
Look
I
at the
wanna-
dedication, Robbie. You did great. I feel like if you just
But
get
I
a bunch
did-
of stuff, it's just going to go downhill from here.
I did have more debauchery pictures than anybody else.
So much
Everybody else is
debauchery.
like, "I'll take pictures of the cars." I'm like, Psh, I'll be in the campground taking pictures of debauchery."
and
worked
you
out.
know what?
I thought they were great.
People have been loving those pictures on Facebook. So
I can't
Actually-
believe how many people found themselves and have
Or
tagged
their
themselves.
friends.
Yeah, like just random people that
The girl was pumped about it.
she was super happy. just like we're standing there waiting for the awards, and there's this girl talking to her friend. I'm like, all right, I'll take some pictures because like I wanted to get pictures of people like laughing, having a good time.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Whatever. So they're standing there laughing. I take a picture, and she notices me take a picture and like throws out this huge smile, like she's super happy to have her picture taken. And then someone tags her in the picture, and her response is, "Ah!" Just like, yeah, that's exactly how she'd react.
Perfect.
I've seen this before.
Yeah. But it was funny because I get home from work yesterday, and Jess goes, "Yeah, I talked to my mom today. She said you did really great pictures. Took a lot of pictures of girls." And she asked,
because there's girls at a racetrack. It's so weird.
Well, she asked Jess, she's like, "Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of girls on there. Are you okay with that?" And you can hear Jess roll her eyes as she's telling me, "Yeah, it's fine." It's like statistically, there's like 100. I took 116 pictures and posted them. Like 5 of them are girls.
I told him there was probably more girls there than cars, but he took more pictures of cars than girls. So I don't see a problem here.
Well, and I feel like because go to like any other motorsports event,
Right.
and the only girls that are there are being paid to be there.
Yes.
These girls are there. Most of those girls were there voluntarily. And I feel like that needs to be documented.
You might want to rephrase the way you said that. None of these girls were forced against their will.
Yeah, it was a really
be
weird
there.
way to say that. Like Bear Dillinger was being paid to be there.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
she
fine.
was there
Like,
because she
booth
wanted
girls.
to be
There
there.
were booth girls
Yeah.
there being paid to be there.
Nobody was being held hostage, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that we're aware of.
I would hope not. Let's
Yeah.
go with no.
Gridlife is for fun, Robbie.
It is for
not
fun.
for
Good vibes only,
not for-
Robbie. No
Yeah.
flexing.
no.
There was a no,
No
flex.
flex
There
zone.
was a no flex zone.
Robbie, show the people my favorite car,
Oh, the Sunfire.
the Sunfire.
I took a picture just for you.
There was
by
a
the
J
way.
body there. I was pretty pumped about it. So somebody lifted a J body, a Sunfire convertible, no less. Yeah. And then like cut out the trunk and put spare tires in there and ratchet strapped them down. Hilarious. The Sunburn.
I don't hate it because it's ridiculous.
Right, because it's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Like no one's driving that up going, check out how cool I am. Look how serious I am in this car.
But you everywhere you go, you drive that with a smile.
Yeah. That'd be good times.
Yeah.
Then behind
I
it,
would-
there's that
I
Audi
would-
brand new TT sitting
I would
behind
take
it.
it off road just to take it off road, you know?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I mean, why not? So
But then
only at Gridlife.
Only a good life.
we look forward to this all year.
So the other #1 drift podcast.
Yes.
The guy with the gray,
Corey.
the guy with the gray hair.
Oh, no, wait.
The guy with the gray hair.
You know how
what's
good I
his
am at
name?
names.
Yeah, I know you're
Yeah,
real
you
good.
gotta
at
give me-
names,
especially-
names for podcasts. We
I
don't
finally learned the
actually
name of the guy that
actively
was
listen to.
driving.
It's Corey.
Corey.
Yeah.
Hosford.
Hosford.
Yep.
I've only got one space for
That's what-
names.
It's
That's
not,
like
for
is
other
it, Is it
podcasts.
Paco?
It's not Paco. It's
It's
the
not
other one.
Paco. It's the third one whose name
Damn it, Sam. There we go.
Okay.
I
So
didn't even look it up. It came up finally.
So Friday afternoon, I'm walking around wearing my 1010s t-shirt, right?
yeah.
I'm walking around, and he was walking towards me. I see him see my shirt, look up, and we made eye contact, and then he looks away.
Oh!
And I was like, you know.
Yeah, because
You fucking know.
Because
You know.
what's not his name?
Andy.
What's not his name?
Sherman?
It's not Sharman. What is it?
It is
It's
Sherman.
Sharman.
No, it is Sharman. Well, what is his not
Sherman.
name? We're not Sherman.
Andy Sherman.
Sherman said we're not getting names right in this podcast.
Right,
It's fine.
absolutely.
It's fine.
He said that
You guys
he got on. What's the name of that thing where you can spam
I don't
people
know
for
where
money?
When they do like a live YouTube feed,
Super Chat?
Super chat.
yeah,
Super
you
Chat.
can pay to have your question answered by them.
You can pay to have your question moved to the top.
Yeah.
You can ask questions for free, but when you pay, they're right there.
Yep. So he paid $5 to ask Maximum Driftcast why they won't have a podcast with an established podcast like 1010's podcast.
No, that was Matt that he asked that specifically, but he did.
Oh, he spammed more than.
Oh,
he's done it more than once.
He's spanned multiple people, which I appreciate.
It's
Don't
funny.
get me
Yeah,
wrong.
but I'm sure he's
Love
like.
it.
I'm sure Sam saw that and went, "These people. I'm out
Yeah,
of
he
it."
did it on He did it on the Smoking Tire.
He
Yeah,
did it
he
on the
did.
smoking tire.
Because I
yeah.
listened to it. He goes, "Oh,
Yeah,
I've
he
never heard of 1010's podcast."
Yeah.
Yes, you have. I met you.
We talked to you. We were like, you drank our beer, asshole.
I did give him free beer.
But he made eye contact with me. He fucking knew. Looks away.
Oh, I took a picture of them and they.
Dude,
both-
I so badly wanted to walk up to him. I almost did it.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
I love your show.
Adam from 1010's podcast. What's up?
Oh man, that'd be good.
Should have done it.
We can talk to Corey. Sam is like the busiest human being I've ever seen.
I don't really follow him that well, but yeah,
He flies all
seems
around
that way.
and
Yeah,
does,
they're always
does
doing
video
stuff.
stuff. He does a lot of video work. I don't know. Corey's got a shop, maybe. I can't remember.
He's
He's one of those.
sweet car.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, it's the algorithm. So like, I've probably liked a couple of Sam's stuff, so I see everything Sam does, and then I don't see any. I don't know what Corey does.
Right.
Because I know these people through the internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why I don't know their name. I know their Instagram handles. I don't know their real names.
So, but anyway, yeah, that was Corey's new car that Robbie's got pulled up here.
Yeah,
This is his debut.
Super clean.
RB, or no, not RB, 2J. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it worked out. Once he got, I was thinking about this after the fact. So you debut a car.
Yep.
You've not really driven it, not drifted it.
Right.
You do it at Gridlife. There's like
a billion
12,000
people.
people watching you.
Yep.
You know, not suck. Hopefully.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
a little nerve wracking.
Yeah.
You're pro-am. You're not like...
I don't know if he's pro am or pro 2, but yeah.
Either way.
I'm with you.
It's a lot.
That's all. Yeah, it is a lot.
I'm surprised that they get as many, like, not even pro-am guys, but just, like, local dudes who can still throw down pretty well that are like, fuck it, I'll get out there with these pro-level cars that make a million badillion horsepower, and I'll do my best to keep up. It's fine.
We almost watched Juan Gitten's car get rode off, though, because of it.
But that guy's not a...
No, he's not an AM by any means.
Yeah,
That's
he
Jeff
was Pro
Stonebeck.
1 at one point.
Yeah, Jeff Stonebeck.
How close did he get to Gitten's car?
Very close.
Close.
Oh boy.
Gitten spun out, and he came in, and I have a bunch of pictures, obviously, where it's just like, here's the nose in the picture. Then half the car's in the picture. Then the whole car's in the picture. And just like bumper to bumper, he came to a stop right before he hit
It
bumper.
almost looked like he was doing donuts around Stonebeck in the picture because they're that close to each other. Like, it almost looks like Stonebeck was parked and Gitten was doing donuts around
Yeah,
him.
I took like 30 pictures because I saw the impact coming. I'm like,
Right.
picture, just hold it.
Hold that button.
Yeah.
That's similar to what happened with Tom O'Gorman. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I have
we're-
pictures
Yeah.
of it, but they don't really tell the story of what happened. So Tom was doing flying laps chasing drift cars,
In
and
a front-wheel drive Civic PC or PWC car.
yep, and he was chasing JTP, and JTP decided to do
a 360.
a 360 after turn 1. And I don't know that anybody knew JTP was going to do that because Tom was
Last
back
year,
there.
I mean,
Tom was back there, and then all of a sudden,
was in front.
JTP did a donut around Tom.
At
don't-
speed.
At speed.
I don't think that JTP knew Tom was back there.
I don't think he did either.
Yeah, they got lucky to
So
didn't write those cars off.
that is mad car control from both drivers. That's
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sure
staying
JTP.
cool
yeah,
under-
I'm sure
under
JTP
pressure.
thought nobody was chasing him because he wasn't with the Falcon group. Because those guys were kind of grouped up.
Yeah,
The Falcon guys were running with the Falcon guys, and then the race service guys were running with the race service guys.
Yeah. Yeah, then when JTP went out by himself, that's when he would try 360s and
Right.
stuff.
So I really don't think he knew that Tom was. I don't know if Gittin was doing 360s. He was
I
trying
didn't-
to do them on 2.
I saw someone
I thought
else.
he was
on
trying to
3.
do it on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he a race service guy?
I don't think it's on his car.
Is he part of that little?
I don't
Crew.
know. Apparently Tanner Faust is.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know.
I saw him drinking not Rockstar. I know that much. so
Oh
I
man,
just wanna
you
throw that out
just
there.
lost some sponsorship
Yeah,
dollars.
it's fine. It had to happen.
Um,
I'll drink Rockstar.
I don't
if
know
they
what
wanna
you
pay
have
me.
to
I'm
do
just
to be
saying.
a race service person. I think it's like being a hoonigan. I don't know. They just put those.
Yeah, whatever.
It's just a group of friends that
Stickers
get
on it.
together and like let's do this. Okay.
Next year, I think we need to see a big red G8 out there. I'm just saying.
agree.
I'm just throwing it out there. There needs to be a red G8 out there because he could throw it down.
He likes that track too.
Luke, if you're listening, I'm calling you out.
We can get you through the process.
I will make a call.
I know a guy.
I will beg if I have to.
I know a guy
I want to see you mixing it up with the pros.
for sure. I feel like he's on the
He's on that
level
level.
or well
He's
above
is
like,
absolutely on that
most
level.
of the not name or the no name guys over there.
Without
He's
a-
absolutely capable of keeping up with or well surpassing all of those.
Yeah. Plus,
So-
he's in a G8. That'd get a lot of
So
attention.
rad.
Yeah. People would love it.
We're gonna put an art sticker all the way down
Oh,
the side
yeah.
of it.
I'm going to get like the biggest vinyl he'll let me get.
And we will apply it there and send them off.
Wherever. Yeah, whatever.
So, Jabay told me too late for us to actually be able to set something up. But Jabay told me if we wanted to, we could have taken cars out on the track, like when everybody else is shooting, at the
Oh,
end of
really?
the day. So here's what I want to do next year. Everybody who's a listener, we'll go out and do a photo shoot with their cars all together. Get some rolling shots, get some part shots, just like all of our buddies.
And we do have a lot of buddies there.
We do have a lot of buddies.
Like you, Josh.
Like a surprisingly large number of
And
buddies.
E-Man.
Josh, E-Man, Joe, Matt, Zach was there.
Zach was
Carroll
there,
from Eyes Up Auto Art.
Yeah.
So many people.
And then Josh won.
Josh
did.
won. We should talk about
street,
some of the time
track
attack
battle.
stuff at some point.
Oh, yeah, there was there.
There was a little bit there.
The battle brackets are sweet.
It was fun.
I like that.
It was a lot of fun. So
Who wants to explain it for people who don't know?
I can do my best,
Yeah,
but
you'll be better than me.
I've never read the rules, and so there's some of the things I'm a little foggy on.
You're
But
clearer than I am.
basically, what it came down to is they took the 8 fastest drivers from each class, being street, street mod, track mod, and unlimited.
Yes.
And they line them up in a bracket based on time. So 8th seed and 1st seed race each other, and they work their way down, just like Robbie's
Regular bracket.
NCAA thing.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Right. And you go head to head. So there's lead follow laps. You go out for a warm up lap. There's a lead follow, a cool down where you switch positions, and then another hot lap, and then a cool down and an out.
Yep.
And my understanding was that originally they were supposed to try and maintain a 10 car or less gap between lead and follow. And you had to manage that gap. And you have to decide, like, am I following a slower car, so I want to try and be back as far as I can so that by the end of the lap I'm up on his bumper and I've closed that gap, which means I've done a faster lap time. Or if I'm a real slow car, I want to try and be up on his bumper to start with, try and make him mess up, see if I can get him to go 4 off. 2 off is still clean. 4 off is a DNF.
Right.
So it kind of ended up being more of like, well, this guy ran a faster time than that guy, so he wins. And so I'm not sure how that boiled down.
Yeah, I didn't.
Because at some point, then it just becomes a game of who has the faster car. And I think that was supposed to somehow equal that out. And I'm not, like I said, I haven't read the rules and I don't really fully understand it. And I think that it's still an evolving format because that's literally the second time they've done it. And the first time they've done it at Gingerman.
Okay.
And it seemed to work a lot better at Speedring because that's a really short track.
Okay.
And so it worked better there.
Oh, yeah. See, no one really seems to be complaining about it, so I think everyone seemed to
not
enjoy it.
true.
Oh, really?
A lot of the drivers were not super pumped about it.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of people out there who are time attack because they don't want the added pressure of wheel to wheel, which that kind of adds.
Yep, it does.
Because you end up being bumper to bumper, and if you're the faster car, you can't pass because you're not allowed to pass
Right.
if you're the follow. And so there were a lot of people that were worried, like, what if the guy behind me blows his corner
Yeah, it hits me.
and he's a half a car length off the back of me and he plows into the back of my brand new car. There were a lot of people out
Okay.
there that weren't super pumped about it. And
I mean,
the way that they decided to do the points also upset a bunch of people because if you did poorly in the bracket battle, even if you were real high up in the points already because you did well at Mid-Ohio and you did well in the time attack portion itself,
Okay.
you could end up 15 spots back. Like it could really destroy your position overall, and it's a one-time thing for this season.
Right.
So I think a lot of people, the vibe that I got from the drivers I was talking to is that a lot of people would have been a lot more happy if they would have done, Thursday and Friday morning, or Thursday and Friday was regular time attack.
Right.
Whoever's fastest wins. And then the bracket battle, they pull the fastest 8 and they do that bracket battle. And maybe it's worth 10 points or something just something small, maybe a little bonus. Okay, woo.
Yep.
That was great. But have it be a standalone thing that's not going to destroy your season.
Okay.
Because the other
Yeah, I
problem
suppose
is
that
that
makes
some
sense.
of the cars that ended up in that bracket battle won't come back to another event this year because they only go to Festival. A lot of those time attack cars only show up for a Festival because it's got so many eyeballs on some of those shop cars. You know what I mean? And so, like, if you blow your bracket and you ended up 30 spots down the chain because it was realistically possible, apparently. I mean, and you are planning on coming back there all the time, and the reason you got it blown out of proportion is because some guy who's never coming back again, anyway,
Yep.
beat you or whatever it was. Well, that can really mess with your season.
Huh.
So
Okay. I guess.
I think that it's really cool. I really hope that they continue to do it because number one, it was exciting. It got people into it. It was kind of cool to like have those one-on-one cars get chances to have just those cars out there and stuff like that. And it ended up having some really cool matchups. Street Mod, the guy that won, was seated 8th.
Yep.
So that was kind of like the
It's like the Cinderella story at the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
It's like the 16 seed knocking off the number 1 seed.
It's like you.
Oh my gosh.
It's like you and I basketball all over again, Robbie.
Oh.
Yeah, I just name dropped sports teams. It's no big deal.
I don't know what's going on.
There's like 3 people who know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Did they beat Kansas one year?
What the hell are
Was
you
it
talking?
Kansas?
Who are you?
No, they beat North Carolina.
North Carolina. They were
Not in the tournament, though.
I thought that they beat
No,
them
they beat- they- when-
3 or 4 years ago. I thought.
When UNC was ranked number 1, they came to UNI, and UNI beat them.
Oh, I thought they did it in the first round of the tournament.
They've upset people in the tournament, but it wasn't like that.
You and I seems to be real good at upsetting.
He's just like, what the fuck are we doing?
He's so
He's gonna
uncomfortable
stop
right
doing
now.
race car stuff and start watching basketball, I guess.
Yeah, let's do that.
No, let's
not.
not do that. It'd be so boring.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, I thought it was fun. I enjoyed watching it. I know there were some people that weren't real thrilled about the format, and I'm sure knowing
It's evolving.
knowing
They'll
the
fix it.
directors the way I do, that they will take that into consideration and find a way to make everybody slightly happier at least. So
I enjoyed it, so if that means anything to
all
anybody.
things being said, from a spectator point of view, with absolutely no skin in the game when it comes to a car on track, it was awesome to watch.
Agreed.
So
Makes me more inclined to want to build a time attack car.
Yeah. I get that.
I'm like seriously looking into making radical, life-changing decisions because of this weekend. Because I really want.
That seems to happen every year.
Time attacks so
Fuck
bad.
that house.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
It might be time to get a job I don't like so much, just because it pays better. So we'll see.
It's life. It's all about choices, man.
Yeah, I always end up backing down when I'm right on the cliff, though.
It happens.
Got to commit.
Robbie and I are not really into committing.
I'm into. I commit now. I didn't.
We need you to get you to commit to a race.
I need to get to a racetrack.
Yeah, we need to get you on a racetrack.
bad.
Sunday fun days, fast Fridays.
Yeah.
Are
Let's do
you?
this.
Are
I think
you?
This next weekend is the last weekend I have to do anything like family wise because it's like 3 or 4 people's birthdays, and I'm like, okay, this is it, Jess. This is.
I'm drawing the line
I'm
right
go-
here.
I'm going to this, and then for the rest of the year, I'm busy as
Until
shit.
the wedding.
There's a couple things
You're
I have to
not
do for
mine.
I have to do for the wedding, but it's race time.
Right.
It's about freaking
do
time
this.
I get on track. I'm going stir crazy.
yeah. So coming up,
2 weeks.
O-Drift
Yep.
is 2 weeks. It'll be 1 week from when this comes out. Remember how I said we're never going to Good Guys again? Like we ever do anything we say we do on this podcast. So we're going to Good Guys, apparently. So that's the first.
I'm not 100% committed to yet, but we'll see.
Same thing.
You need to not go so that we can say that at least a third of us didn't go.
I might
think you're
actually-
going, aren't you?
I'm planning on going Sunday.
I'm pretty serious about still going to Autobahn, even if you guys aren't.
You should go to Audubon then.
I might.
Ooh.
Go to Audubon.
Can I go to Audubon instead?
You can go to Audubon.
I think you're going to have a hard time getting a ticket if you want to put a car on track.
Damn it.
I just want to go
Yeah,
hang
you're
out with
not
my
gonna go
buddies
race.
now. I have all these friends there.
Yeah.
Well, there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we did what we said we were going to do.
There you go.
He's going.
I might still go.
There.
Although
Fix
what's
it.
going to end up is I won't have any money. And I'll
then
end,
you
I'll
gotta
end
come
up,
to Good Guys with us.
I probably won't even, if we're not going to get free tickets, I probably won't go to Good Guys either because I still don't
Oh, yeah,
have any
tackle
money to
that.
buy it. Good Guys is expensive if you're not a media member.
It is.
I emailed
Just
Betsy.
saying.
I don't know if I got enough tickets, though, because you didn't respond to my...
I know, it's because my day was not a good day.
So anyway, I'll be a Good Guys probably not the day that you're there.
That's fine.
So that works out really well.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
But hopefully you'll get to run on
Sunday.
Sunday. We can compare times, assuming the weather's similar. The problem is my times don't count
Yeah, yeah.
because I have our comps.
Neither will his.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh, that's
I'll
right.
probably
You don't
still-
you don't have a set of 200s.
Not
do you?
yet.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
it's whatever. We can.
I'm
we
not-
can. I'd be interested to know.
I am
on
curious.
I
that
really
track.
want your car to be there because they always say like American powered or built, but like nobody ever shows up with an American powered car,
Oh, I have to now.
especially to autocross. Especially,
You should do
for
it.
the
It's-
I'll
auto-
do it. I don't think I have anything else going
It's
on.
a
that weekend.
different format than
Okay.
Cone Autocross. You should do it.
You don't get a ton of runs if you end up on just an All American Sunday. Just a heads up.
That'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Don't expect to get like 30 runs in because that's
I was
that.
I
won't
never expect.
Maybe I should take off Friday and just like race all day.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. I'll think about it.
What I would really like is like because I think 4th of July is in the middle of the week, right?
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
So I'm
It's
gonna
a
get
Wednesday.
like a Wednesday off. Can I like go to work on Wednesday and not come in on
That
Friday?
to me seems like a
instead?
way better plan.
You know, because like I really could care less about.
They have fireworks. They're gonna have fireworks on the weekend anyway.
Yeah, everyone's
Just
going
treat-
to put their fireworks on the weekend.
Yep.
They'll
Let's
be
just-
like,
Let's just treat 4th of July weekend. Take your day.
can't that
Friday
be a
or
floating
Monday.
holiday like Father's Day?
Plus, I gotta do wedding stuff the weekend after, so I gotta like go. Well, first I have to help build the fence, and then I have to do wedding things. Why can't we just like have a wedding and just be it? That'd be it.
Just like
There's a courthouse.
take a long lunch and go to the courthouse, right?
If it wasn't for my parents or her parents, we would have. Dead serious.
2 people I used to work with both did that, and I'm like, I don't know
Makes too much
where you
sense.
found her, but don't let her go.
Yeah, she's the one. Yeah, no joke. If it wasn't for our parents, we would have already done that.
Right.
So anyway, that's what's coming up, and then obviously July 21st.
What's July 21st?
Damn it, Robbie.
July,
That's means for termination. I
Isn't that a week before Hot Import Nights?
July's such a shit show for me.
Is it really a week before Hot Import Nights?
Hot Import Nights.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. We'll see.
You keep saying you're gonna go.
I want to, but then I
You know
I
how
go
we
to
say stuff on this podcast and we don't do it.
Yeah, I say like, yeah, I want to go to that, and
Or
then
we
it's
say
like-
we won't, and then we do.
Then we do. Yeah,
then I
exactly.
remember it's just a car show, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a car show.
That's, to be fair, that is the reason I'm going to Good Guys, is literally just to enter the Fiat in the, like, if I could just drive into the autocross area and then drive out. I'm not being mean. I'm just
No.
saying, like, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah,
Also, it will be hilarious.
It will be because people,
'Cause it's
I think
the
people
Fiat.
will enjoy it. Yeah, the Fiat needs
It's
to
just
be
like
out.
the Omni. People find that, like, because it's not a Camaro or a
Fiat's
Chevelle.
rad.
People will dig it.
People think it's funny, and then you're a fast driver, and that car is a reasonably capable autocross car. So you'll probably do semi well, and you'll upset somebody's $100,000 pro touring build, and
I'll go give them a high five and they'll go home.
yeah, it'll be great.
That sounds like a great weekend.
maybe I'll show up and take pictures.
You'll
That's
probably
see?
you'll probably be faster than he who should not be named.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
I do.
Can I name him?
No, don't do it. I might drive it around a little bit. Who knows? I don't know. It's different. There probably won't be another one there.
2 years ago, or the first time I went with the Omni, I purposely turned my idle way down, so because it really lopes. It sounds like it's got a monster cam in it. It's hilarious, and then just like idled around, and people were giving me mad thumbs up.
I remember
great.
that.
It was great.
I'm gonna get like mean mugged.
You can take it to the QA1 booth, and you can have it weighed and corner weighted.
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
a good
I
idea.
haven't-
Just for
I don't even know what it weighs really.
and they'll put it on the scales and give you corner weights for free.
And then I can talk to him about how do we rip all the suspension out.
Yeah, and put fun stuff in
How
there.
do we make, yeah, tell
Need
me
to
how to
make
make
more
this
room
work.
for bigger motors.
Yeah, how do we take all this shit out and put different shit in here that works
Yeah.
better? I could ask him that question.
I did. They
They'd probably be
circled a
like,
bunch of products in
"Here's
their magazines that I could have bought.
$3,000 worth of stuff you need. Okay, great.
Very
thanks, bye.
quickly adds up to that. Yeah,
And then I could
absolutely.
do battle bracket. I could do a sky. Red swap.
Saturn Sky.
I think it was called the red.
The red line.
Red line.
Red
I could
line.
do a sky
Yeah.
red line swap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now I've
Ooh.
figured out all the viable transmission options for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put all the research in
I just
for
put
you.
Stocky Boy in there, I think. The stock
fine.
transmission. It'll work out in the end.
Everyone keeps telling me he's got terrible gear ratios, but I need to look into it and figure out what's so terrible about
I
him.
think I have a terrible rear end ratio, so maybe that'll make
Like
up
terrible
for it.
short
Super
or
high.
terrible long.
I think it's like the RX-7 where it's like 4.3 or something.
You got that welded one though. That was worse at Marshalltown, but maybe better
Oh,
with the
I
right
wonder-
engine and transmission setup.
Yeah, I wonder if I could get another one of those.
Oh, it's that.
I don't
no
even
longer
remember
with
where that
you?
came from. No, I have it, but it's welded.
Oh,
And that car does not like welded differentials very much. It's very V-angry with that differential in it.
put
It's
like
too
a,
short a wheelbase.
could put like a Miata subframe underneath the back of it and
Somebody
get an
did.
LSD in it or something.
We had
like
an
that?
S10 rear diff for a while we were looking at.
Is that a solid rear axle?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was
No.
okay.
It's four-wheel disc, but solid rear axle.
Oh, I see. I thought it was.
And it's
Wishbone in the
no
back.
no leaf springs. It's all coil spring.
Oh well, then you can like put whatever you want in there.
Yeah, I just got to get it up in there.
Put a 4-link in it and move on with life.
Yeah. I just got to do that.
Just have to cut things and weld things. You seem to be good at that.
Yeah, Yeah, and not to be like this is not a mean comment, but there was some stuff there that made me feel pretty fucking sweet about my fabrication skills. Like, I mean, yeah,
Yes.
it's not entirely
Yeah,
mean,
100%.
but there was some stuff I was like, oh,
Well, that passed.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me feel a lot better.
Feel
about
pretty good
myself.
right now.
Yeah.
Some stuff on some professionals' cars, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That
They
either
were
means
safe enough. Apparently.
It was safe. Yeah, obviously, it was safe.
Right.
If you could get it through all that tech and it's all good, then it's good. I'm just saying that, I feel good about. Shouldn't feel bad about my abilities. Is what I'm saying.
Fine.
Yeah. So, shall we move on?
Now let's just make this the longest episode ever.
Go to Gridlife. Everybody, go to Gridlife.
You must go
There's a southern
So
one.
good.
in Atlanta
Trying to talk
in August.
Jabay
very
into
warm.
doing one at Iowa Speedway.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Just because.
He can stay at my house.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes from my
got
house. So,
he's got the Rad V. He'll be all
then
right.
I wouldn't have to. There's like literally 30 acres of camping there.
Yeah, if we could
sell that out.
You could put 50,000 people in there and it wouldn't even be that bad.
and we could drive home at night.
Absolutely.
No, we would
Go
go
to bed.
camping.
When I get my $800 tent.
Fine.
That is
with a chef.
Because earlier he was talking about a $200.
Listen, if somebody tells me this is an $800 tent and there's a lifetime
Yeah,
guarantee for it not leaking, that's only like 5 hotel rooms.
I could totally put it on the.
Yeah,
I want to
like-
get the one for the avalanche. I don't
like,
need it. I'll
seriously,
never use it.
buying a nice tent pays for itself really
Yeah,
quickly,
like,
even if it is expensive.
In one weekend.
And like, I feel like we need to invest in a real tent. Yeah.
We should get.
as a group.
I'm looking. No, we don't need to do it as a group.
Yeah, or get our own tents.
Get our own.
My
Yeah,
tent was
get your
fine.
own tent.
I see how it is.
Robbie's got his tent.
Oh no, that thing's getting thrown away.
I have the tent. Oh, really? Yeah. It's
I'll get a new tent. That's fine.
Did you just
get
toss
that-
it immediately?
No,
in
I
the
haven't
trash?
Get that Teflon spray and it'll be good to go, Robbie.
No, the best decision I made the whole weekend was at Walmart. They had a twin air mattress for $7.
$7.
How are they even making money on these? It's so wonderful.
Robbie was like, I don't even care if I have to buy another one tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
literally
still-
throw that in the
it was
trash can
cheaper
on your
than
way
lunch.
out. Throw that in the trash can when you leave. If it's wet, just throw it away.
I get a new one every weekend. It's fine. $7 for an air mattress, and it held air.
All weekend?
Yeah.
Did you even pump
No.
it back up again?
Never.
Which is crazy because I bought the $30 air mattress and not the $20 because I was like, there's no way that's gonna work. But there you go, $7 air mattress.
Well, I had a really nice queen one that's like double tall, but it didn't fit in all our crap, so I left it. And I'm like, I'll sleep on the ground. I'm a man. I'll sleep on the ground. And then we got there. I'm
Go on,
like,
King.
I don't want to sleep on the ground. And then this one was $7.
All right, anyway, let's move on.
Oh! I also wanted to apologize to all our listeners for last year. We said that Gridlife was #lit, and we didn't understand it. We thought it'd be funny to call it #wet.
Yeah.
Wet Gridlife is not as fun. I want to go back to lit.
Yeah.
Lit grid life.
Lit grid
I want to go back.
Way better
Next
than
year
wet
will be
grid.
#lit again. There will be
Absolutely.
lights. It will be lit. No
It
more.
will be
no more wet.
dry.
It will be dry. #dry.
Hashtag dry.
#dry. No more wet. I apologize. We did this to ourselves.
Yeah. We have no one to blame but ourselves.
Yep. We tempted fate.
The new Viper, it's a new one,
Allegedly.
allegedly, is rumored to return without a V10.
Don't even
Maybe.
bother.
No. Do it. But
I'll take it if it ever comes. Sounds like a bunch of lies and slang.
If
yeah,
it's-
I don't.
If it's like more competitively priced to the vet, then
It has to.
Then
Well-
I think that's a good move.
So here's the thing. I looked into this. All of this looked like
So much hearsay.
bullshit. Like
Yeah.
none
no,
of this.
there's no proof anywhere.
No
It's
proof
all
of
hearsay.
anything. Yeah.
But we talked about like the best Viper would be a Viper with a Hellcat in it.
And that's basically what they were talking about doing.
Like
Different
it would
levels
make
of V8.
more horsepower than the V10, and probably, frankly, would be lighter.
Yeah.
I would like to know how FCA has gotten away with not making an aluminum Hemi.
They're not.
Apparently not. If
Well,
if
because
somebody had
we-
said is the Hemi aluminum, I would have said yes.
Yeah, of
I
course.
made that assumption as well.
Why-
So maybe
why
that
would it not
V10
be?
I'll bet the V10 is,
The V10's aluminum.
which means
Is it?
probably
Yeah.
lighter.
It's
Well,
it was. Oh, I gotta.
We're supposed to get a new.
It was like
V8.
600 pounds or 500 pounds.
I can't believe that's not aluminum. That's
I
crazy.
just had it up too.
So
Uh,
the next one's supposed to be aluminium.
Yeah,
Why were you looking up weights of V10s, Robbie?
the dry weight of a Viper V10 is 625 pounds.
Dry weight. Okay.
So it's not light
Is that
necessarily.
long block or is that like cooling system and the whole 9 yards? No water.
The dry engine weight is 625
So that's just a lot.
That's all I got.
Okay.
That's none of the other shit that you need to make it work either.
Dry
It's
engine
just the
weight.
motor.
Yeah, just the motor.
Motor with no fluids.
Yep.
Yikes.
That's heavy. That
It is heavy.
that's a big
It's like half the car.
that's a lot.
It's half a Fiat.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you get more horsepower out of an LS. Like a lot.
Or the Hellcat they already make.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't.
This makes sense.
I gotta look at because I don't even believe what I read.
Even if they don't call
What'd
it a
you-
Viper and they make
Don't
a
believe
car,
you read what?
That I'm just really surprised that the Hemi is not.
aluminum.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be really surprising.
know. I
Shocking,
mean,
really.
it's not like-
Well, that is a heavy car.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like Challengers and Chargers are out there in time attack.
No, like 4,000 pounds.
They're not ripping it up around the track. They're not shredding the track, if you will.
They're shredding tires with all that weight
Well, that's
and brakes. They're
and
just destroying
11
brakes.
million foot-pounds of torque. But
Oh, so it is. Oh, okay.
They
Yeah, it's
are-
cast. It's cast iron.
But if you make a lighter, more powerful Viper with a V8, yeah, I'm all on board with that.
Yeah, with an aluminum
And then
V8.
you- then you
It looks like you can get. I'm not going to dig into this because there's like a 6.4, a 5.7,
Yeah,
this or
it
that or whatever. But it looks like if you really want, like if you're building a race engine, you could get an aluminum block. But it just quick cursory glance, I'm not seeing. It looks like the ones you get from Dodge or cast iron, which just seems really crazy. It seems like that you'd be looking at that as an efficiency thing for, to up your fuel economy or whatever for your Challenger,
especially
Charger.
since you don't have a dart to offset.
Yeah, you think it just
Your average.
that'd be some low hanging fruit, but maybe not.
Yeah.
So anyway, we may or may not get a
And,
Viper.
and
we don't
maybe
know.
8 liters is a bit excessive.
What,
Is
how
it
about,
though, Robbie?
How about? Well,
it is when it's less efficient than a 6.2,
Yeah, that's true.
like dramatically less efficient.
Right.
they wouldn't do it. But how about why don't we get a 5-liter V10 with twin turbos?
Oh,
Think of the amount of money that would cost to develop.
great.
I'd
But
be all about that.
that would, I mean,
That'd be cool.
yeah, it'd be
But no,
sick.
yeah, if they make
Actually, I think
a
you could charge more for that.
Hellcat Viper that's on like exactly the same price points as the Corvette, then we could have something here. Like and really
you have an NA Viper that's on par with the
Like
the base
60
model
60,000.
C7.
Yep.
And then you've got a supercharged Viper that'd be right on par with the Z06.
Yep.
And then you could have an ACR that's right on par with the ZR1. Like they just line up.
it makes perfect sense.
Right. Too much sense.
If they
is
can
why they
justify the
did
cost
Right.
of doing a new Viper.
You wouldn't have to change much. They just make it a little shorter, probably, since it's not a V10.
Nah, fuck it. Make that hood.
Leave that nose on.
Make it a legit mid.
Because then, it'd be full on like front mid engine.
Because it technically is now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's technically a mid engine car.
Damn, son.
Because it's
The
a lot
front of
of
the
hood.
engine is behind the midline of the front axle.
yes,
S2000 style.
yes. I learned a little bit looking this up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you shopping or?
Are you getting a Viper and I'm getting a 911?
Oh God, I wish.
What kind of terrible podcast would this be?
That would be the greatest podcast.
Is that gonna be your wedding gift to yourself?
Holy shit.
Good wedding.
Well, she's already married to me. She can't just up and leave.
Yeah, dude,
But-
you could get
Hey!
you could get like a 95 Viper, just a regular RT one for
Yeah, like-
35.
I saw some up for sale for like 30.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like the nicest Viper in the world.
Nah,
but
we're
I
not
don't
looking
want
for
the nicest Viper. In the world.
Well,
You
I
want a
mean,
cheap Viper.
then we could be like, I bought the cheapest Viper in America.
I don't know if I probably don't want the
I
cheap.
don't
It
want the
sounds
cheapest.
terrible.
I want the.
I
like-
bought the 5th cheapest Viper in America.
I was on page 2 of Auto Trader and I found this Viper.
this
average-
$30,000
This
Viper.
slightly below average priced, but still decent shaped Viper.
Yeah, no, there's a guy at work that's looking at.
I'd click on that
He's looking
article.
at demons and Hellcats and stuff, and he's dead set on that's what he wants. And I'm like, and he's every once in a while he'll come up and like a Craigslist post for a Viper. It's like half the price. I'm like, dude,
Come on, man.
seriously, you don't even have to sell all the things to get this one. It's right there, $30,000.
Stupid not to.
It's white. It's beautiful. It's ready
White
to
with
go.
a blue stripe.
No, it's just white. It's
Ah,
just all
damn
white.
it.
I want a Viper. I don't know why.
Robbie's always wanted a Viper.
Maybe because everyone has the Corvette. If everyone had Vipers instead of Corvettes, I'd probably want the Corvette.
That's
This
fair.
weekend really made me want a C6. Like I'm not
I-
gonna
no,
pull
I
the trigger
understand.
because I can't afford
I totally
it.
get it.
But that red one
Woo!
with that ZR1.
The one that had the guard on its splitter.
Oh my God, that car sounds good on the front straightaway.
I know.
Thunders. It was fantastic.
I think
Yeah.
I think the 240 needs to be louder.
I agree.
Cut that muffler off. Put straight pipe on there.
You know, Amazon sells like for like $90 shipped. It's a catback exhaust for a 240. It's like 3 inches all the
So cheap.
It's like it's 3 inches all the way back to a muffler. I'm like, that's cheaper than making a straight pipe catback. I could just buy that. thing.
It's cheaper than buying the pipe and welding a
That's what I'm-
flange on
that's
it.
what
A
I'm
straight pipe, like literally a straight pipe.
That's what I'm saying. I've almost pulled the trigger. It even has like the fake titanium blue tip on it. I'm like,
You got to buy it just
For
so we can see what it
$99.
looks like.
and if it fits halfway decent and just screams,
We've talked many times about like just buying the cheapest things and like shooting video reviews of them.
because I know.
You owe it to
Speaking
the community, Robbie.
Speaking of Zach LaPetrie, he did that. He did that.
It's Dave LePetrie.
Oh, Dave. He did that with the Scion. He had like a really cheap exhaust. He's like, "It'll just be loud." No, it was bad. He that's like the reason he stopped driving it.
But how bad can it be with a V8, right?
That's my point.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'd be terrible on a KA, but I bet it'd be
How
fine.
bad can it be on a V8 though?
It'd be fine.
Is that 3-inch on your headers?
Yeah.
Your collector?
Yeah.
Right now it's 3-inch.
Everything's 3.
Is it 3-inch all the way back right now? Or
Yeah.
is it smaller than that?
No, it should be 3.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh well then. I mean,
Yeah. it'd be
so
fine.
you don't even have to change anything. Like
No,
you could just
I would
bolt it up.
Yes, I would bolt it up. It'd be done.
Oh,
It'd be like
well,
20 minutes.
you should like order that right now while we move on to the next news story.
Okay.
Yeah, that boy.
I won't, but
Domino's is fixing potholes for the sake of pizza.
isn't this technically vandalism?
I would have thought so. That's kind of what I
Like
thought.
in the world we live in, I can't believe they're getting away with it. In a world where people are actually going to young children who are running lemonade stands and shutting them down for not having tax licenses, this is for sure vandalism, right?
Yep. Well, yeah, because they're messing up a road, air quotes, messing up a road, and then vandalizing it with graffiti.
I think it's hilarious. I'm super proud of
Great
them.
PR stunt.
It's wonderful PR.
And they quoted a mayor as saying that he appreciates it because it's one thing they don't have to worry about in the budget.
The problem is it doesn't really look like it really meets the
Oh no,
The
it's
civil
not
engineer spec.
It's not a long-term repair for sure.
but it also brings to the attention that our infrastructure fucking sucks, and we need to fix it.
Chicago.
Oh, that bridge is so scary. There was
What's
literally
that bridge?
it had holes in it.
Rust holes, not
No, yeah,
engineered holes.
Yeah, rust on.
You can
the,
see through the bridge.
Like where you're not
The
supposed to.
post-tension cables were
Right,
broken.
Seriously,
Kind
Chicago.
of sketchy.
Get it
shit
together.
is
You
that?
could like just touch the cement with your finger and parts would have crumbled away.
And then we got stuck on the bridge. The traffic was backed up on
Michael
the
was
bridge.
like 2 seconds short of an anxiety attack on
I was
that
right
bridge.
there.
we
with
were going to
it.
die. And then, so Tim and Thomas are following us. They didn't even see it.
No, we're sitting there.
There's a
we're pointing
hole.
out
There's a hole. There's a hole there. There's
'cause
another hole.
Russell.
Tim owns an Audi. He's used to living his life on the edge like that. It doesn't even affect
I think
him.
he was focused on the car. Like, what was that noise? What was that? Is that a light?
Yeah, because he had a car that hadn't run in 9 months. Let's get it running the night before I
He
drive it
road
to.
killed that car.
That
so
shit
that
is
was pretty
so
funny.
bold.
That was fun.
Proud
He did
of
it.
him.
Hey, he got home again.
It worked.
Proud of him, man.
We had no issues really.
Not a single one.
He was
Wouldn't
checking-
happen with my Audi.
No, or any other Audi.
He had some oil issues when he got home.
Oh, did he?
But I think a fitting broke.
Oh, well, he made it home.
He did make it home.
And the only thing that didn't work was AC, which really wasn't that bad because it wasn't that.
And he
hot
figured out what that was, too. He just couldn't figure it out on the road.
out. Nice,
So,
but yeah, so Domino's fixing roads.
200 potholes, some various cities.
Yeah, like 150 in one city alone.
That's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, this is a problem
It
here.
really shows the tragic state of our.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
But hey, if a company wants to buy a section of road and fix it, that's fine, I guess.
You know what? I'll eat Domino's pizza if they're fixing potholes on my city streets. I'm just saying.
I will too.
It's good pizza.
It's pizza.
I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah,
It's pizza.
As far as like a fast-ish delivery pizza, it's
I think it's good.
it's as good as they come for a chain,
Well, I think I really like it just because I went my whole life without it until I went to college.
right?
So it was new to me. So
Yeah.
it's still kind of new to me.
Yeah.
I like it. I grew up in a small town. Man.
And yeah, I realize
Domino's
that.
is like a really long ways away from us.
Yeah, there wasn't even any.
I think there's one in Sioux City, maybe.
There's Sioux Falls now,
Yeah.
but not 10, 15
But no,
years
you
ago.
you would have had like a triple digit mileage just to get to a Domino's. You have to be dedicated to it.
No, we had Pizza Ranch, Pizza Hut,
Casey's.
Godfather's. And Casey's what didn't come until way later.
I had a Casey's in my hometown forever though.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in a slightly larger town.
Yeah, we didn't have the pizza. And that was it. So like Domino's,
Word.
Godfather's, all that stuff. I discovered it in college.
Word.
I can get all this pizza for $11 and they'll deliver it to my house.
Right?
Oh man. It's a miracle I'm not 300 pounds. It's wonderful.
You're a genetic freak, Robbie. We've gone over this.
Everyone knows that sugar boosts the metabolism.
Yeah. My Rooster Booster state. E-Man loved it.
E-Man loved Rooster Booster.
He loved the Rooster Booster.
He described it.
He sent me a message, I think maybe even last night. Like, dude, I can't find it on the internet.
He said that it tasted like carbonated Kool-Aid, so now I'm on board.
I am
He
still.
drank my carbonated Kool-Aid. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm still out, just for the record. And
It boosts
maybe on
metabolism
Domino's.
and focus.
I'm probably out on the Domino's also.
Oh, I love Domino's.
I will eat a bad pizza every once in a while, but it's like once every 2 years.
Mine's like once every 2 days.
You got to be.
I have like a
kidding
pizza a week.
Oh
me.
yeah.
A whole pizza?
No, I split it with Jess.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I can.
We'll be sitting at home going, what do
I
you want to
get-
do for supper? Well, we haven't had Casey's in like 3 days. So we go to Casey's. Get pizza.
That's aspirational.
That's called love.
I guess so. Inspirational too. I don't
My
eat. I don't
Casey's
eat
delivers
cheese.
Now what's
so-
up, Robbie?
Not to where I live.
They might. No,
20 miles.
to the nearest Casey's. Boy, you gotta like try to live 20 miles away from a Casey's in Iowa.
Is it Norwalk? Is that the nearest
Norwalk's the
Casey's?
closest
oh,
one.
Man, that's
It's-
crazy.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
I don't eat cheese anymore, so pizza's not really a thing. Or bread, crust.
Thomas,
stuff.
I
Who
eat
is-
all the cheese and pizza for you.
Thomas,
Okay.
who is a lactose intolerant vegan, was like, "Oh, dude, I love a pizza." I'm like, "What do you
eat?
What do you eat on a pizza? Is that literally just a piece of bread with some red sauce on it?" Well, yeah, like pretty much.
But you can get that almond cheese stuff.
Apparently,
made
that
out of
stuff's
almonds.
really expensive.
It is
though.
very expensive.
I've never heard of that.
So he said he just like you just get the pizza without the cheese on it. You just put a bunch of veggies on it and you eat it. I was like, that doesn't sound like a very good pizza.
What's like a margarita pizza, sort of?
Super lame.
He's the most laid back vegan,
Yeah,
non-dairy,
I appreciate that.
whatever you want to call him. Yeah, because
But he has like an app.
he has an app. He's like,
He
where
just goes to PETA's website.
do you want to go? And he's like, oh, we can go to Taco Bell. What? No, we can't.
Burger King's got vegan treasures, man.
Vegan treasures.
Turns out, according to PETA, French toast sticks are vegan treasures.
I had to get some. They were so good.
You literally went back to get.
I was still hungry. I had to go
get the
back.
French toast sticks.
I wanted a vegan treasure.
So,
Yeah. Where were we?
I don't know.
couldn't live
Let's
that
move on to
life.
the next thing. GM and Honda
Hand.
are joining forces, coming together to develop batteries and fuel cells.
I think they're already
Yeah, they've
developing
done this.
fuel
They
cells.
started the fuel cells a couple years ago. They
Right.
wanted to have one out 2020. I can't remember.
bring it on.
Let's do it.
More fuel cell things.
Hydrogen fuel cell
I'm all about
2020, it
it.
says.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
absolutely.
It's probably a good idea to team up rather than everyone try to solve
GM
this.
seems to be all about that because they did the same thing with Ford and transmissions, and then Ford's like, "Yeah, we're not going to use that transmission."
Well, I think with something like battery.
Well, okay, so on that point, by the way, GM might be smarter than we give them credit for. Here
Yeah,
it says that the thing
absolutely.
that they're working on is the next generation GM batteries, which Honda will then source from GM.
genius. That's part.
Right.
So it sounds like GM's like,
basically-
yeah,
Let's work out a deal, and you
GM
buy them from us.
GM was like, "Boy, these 4L60s suck." So they had Ford build them a real nice transmission, and now they're going to have Honda build them a real sweet battery. They get it. We don't give them
GM
enough
is
credit.
Dan the man
He's
is on
killing
top of it
it.
because they're doing it in Michigan.
Right.
Yeah.
Dan the man knows
Like
what's going
they
on.
can't make a car that looks good, but at least they got the back end of the business figured out,
Yeah, they can make the inside of a car good. The outside's terrible.
which is like flipped from back in the day.
Yeah.
Because they used to make terrible cars interior wise, but they were fine outside.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love a WS6? Terrible interior.
Worst interior. Like the
Love a
worst.
WS6.
So bad.
The
Love a
worst
WS6.
But
interior.
you'd own one, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'd have a serious moment where I'd be like, I might dash swap this.
Can I,
It's that
put, can I
bad.
put a C7 interior into my
Yeah, I would go out of
early
my way for that
2000s
car.
F body?
C5, that's a bad interior.
So
that's
bad.
a terrible interior.
Yeah.
The center of the steering wheel is like square, but like a pillow, like a cushion. It's not good.
No.
And it's the same steering wheel that's in the Cavalier,
It's terrible.
which I think is also in the S10.
And the Bonneville and
Right,
all
exactly.
those cars.
They just
It's a
changed
bad,
the logo.
it's
in
a
the center.
bad steering wheel. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, it sounds like GM pulled a fast one again, and Honda's going to make them some batteries, which they will then sell to Honda. So,
Genius.
That's good for them.
Nailed it.
Damn
I hope
it.
that the fuel cell thing works out. 'Cause
And then when
I'm
they get
still
done doing-
cheering
I'm
for fuel
still
cells.
on board with that one.
When they get done doing that, they can redesign the Camaro.
Hopefully they do that. Maybe they'll let Honda focus on the batteries so they don't have to, and then they can fix the Camaro.
They can take the whole team, everybody that's not been fired.
Just throw it all the way and start over.
Was that on the trip I was talking about that?
Yes.
I was like, if I was in charge, if I was Dan the man, I would literally just walk around firing people involved with the Camaro project.
You were on that bumper?
Did you sweep the floor of the room where they designed
Yeah.
that?
And
You're
you
fired.
didn't stop him?
You're fired.
Get out! You shit, get out. That would be all I would do. I would write a press release, my own press release, talking about how I fired all these people because
If he
of their
knows the
involvement
great
with the
firing of
Camaro.
2019.
That would be my
18.
only job for a week would be to
Wow.
find every single person involved or that heard of the Camaro project and fire them.
We're starting over.
We're starting over.
Clean slate.
I might fire the people that designed the new 1500 too. The GMC
I
people
assume
can
that
stay.
they're the same people.
They're all gone. All of them.
They
I don't
at
care if
least
it's every single
collaborated.
person. We will pay twice as much money to hire somebody from Kia or something, and he can come in and design the next generation of GM cars. But
Yeah.
everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Never again. Ever in the whole automotive industry ever. I would blacklist all those. I would call Ford. I'd call the Steelcase guy, and I'd be like, "Here's a list of names. Don't hire them." Because here, did you see what they did? Here's a picture of it. I'm sending it to you now via email. For God's sakes, don't hire these people.
You hire. We're not going to buy any more transmissions from you if you hire these people.
I'm doing you
That's
a
my
favor
threat.
here. Please, for the love of God and humanity, do not hire these people to design any cars. I've
Never
never
heard
been.
a man so angry about
I'm
something that
so
doesn't
offended
directly
by that
affect
car.
him.
I'm so offended by that car.
I like that car less and less. Like, just in general, the Camaro. I understand why people are like nostalgic about it. People really like it. You know, it's a Camaro. It kind of looks like the old one. But have you ever driven one?
I've driven. No, I don't know if I've driven a.
Well,
Gen
I've
5
talked
or
about how
Gen
the
6.
windshield is like
Been
a
in
foot
it.
tall.
You can't see anything. You literally can't
Well,
see
the
anything.
and then
Doors are too tall.
And then so
I
you got
feel
your
like a
steering wheel's
10-year-old.
in front of you, and then you're like this with your arm
Yeah.
above your freaking head.
Yeah, it's
So
not good, man.
It's awful to drive.
So
It's
bad.
awful.
I drove like the very first of the new gen, the first of the 5th gen,
Yep.
like a long time ago. I didn't like it.
No.
As I think about it, were there any this weekend?
Camaros?
Yeah,
I saw some in the parking lot.
that like were time attacking.
No.
I thought there was one blue time attack Camaro last year. I've seen
Yeah,
one blue
I've seen-
time attack
I've seen some out there.
Camaro, but no.
There was an Alpha chassis out there because there was an ATSV.
There was an
out there.
ATSV, yes,
and he got second place in street class.
Yep.
which worked out great.
Right.
Because Josh got first.
Well, it also,
But
but
yeah.
it worked out well for him because he could see.
He could see out of the car.
I bet.
Yep.
Yeah, because the ATS is more intelligently designed.
Actually, the only Alpha chassis in Formula Drift is also an ATS.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dirk Stratton has one, but no, I'm not really surprised by that.
No, he's
There's another
Does
guy.
he actually use it?
He uses it. It's his demo car.
It's his demo car.
Yeah.
There was
There's
a distinct lack of Dirk Stratton this weekend as
I
well.
don't know. That was disappointing.
He was somewhere else, I think.
There were a couple of people that I had talked to that are like, I was really hoping that Camaro was going to, or that Corvette was going to be here again this year because last year it was fucking awesome. And I was like,
Yeah.
that makes 3 of us.
I think he was doing another thing.
Yeah.
Well,
His,
that
his
is
Instagram
drifting.
made it look like he was busy.
For
He's
sure
drifting
less
somewhere
important.
else. That, yes.
so
Shall we move on?
I suppose.
Sergio, Mr. FCA himself temporarily for now. He's on his way out.
Yep.
But Sergio has a plan to shrink Fiat and Chrysler, the brands.
Just selling Rams and Jeeps.
There's some Rams. You want an Alfa Romeo? Great, we'll sell you one.
Too bad. We're getting you a Jeep.
Nah, he's all about Alfa Romeo and Maserati. Alfa Romeo, Maserati, Ram, Jeep. Screwed all that other stuff.
I don't know why. Honestly, I didn't remember that they still made Chryslers.
Yeah, what,
Well, at one point they made a move.
Pacifica.
At one point
Well,
they
yeah,
made.
but, like,
you can't
I
buy a
forgot
Dodge
that
minivan now.
I forgot that the Pacifica wasn't a Dodge.
Oh wait, no, isn't the minivan called a Pacifica now?
Yes, the Pacifica is no longer that weird like crossover SUV thingy
that was kind of a van.
Katie's mom owned. It was terrible, even though she loved it. I don't know what was going on there, but anyway, now it's a minivan, like full on.
The Caravan's gone.
Minivan.
You can't get a Caravan or a Grand Caravan. That's not.
No, because they're now
That's
Pacificas.
Okay.
I don't know why you wouldn't just have a Dodge.
Pacifica.
No, just have a Dodge Grand Caravan.
Yeah,
everybody knows that name.
People,
People use them as work
Yeah,
vehicles.
instead of rebranding an entire vehicle that everybody now hates because the Pacifica was terrible.
Right, they gave it a bad name. It'd be like bringing back a mid-sized sedan and calling it the 200 again.
Yeah, right.
Like, no, let's just let it die. Let's just let
Is
it go.
the 200 dead?
Yeah.
So is literally the only thing that Chrysler makes right now the Pacifica?
Yeah.
I suppose that would be true, yes.
So, oh my God. Then so they really did like fuck that all up then, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wait, no, you get a 300? You get
Oh,
a 300.
that's right. I
You
forgot
get a
about the 300. I
300.
like the 300 even.
Yeah, so your options are 300, Pacifica, or the Pacifica Hybrid.
Is the 300 available in an SRT8 package?
Yes.
All right, well, I'll just take that then.
They don't even need to make anything else.
No. I mean, really, they could just make that a Dodge, too.
So what are they going to change the name to?
Oh, did they get rid of the SRT8 one? Shut the company down. There's no reason to even make any cars anymore.
Nope, I'm out.
Are you kidding me?
Never mind.
It's not on here anymore.
Never mind. No.
Oh,
Shut
I'm
it down.
so upset. 300C's all the farther it looks like you can get. That is some nonsense.
At least still got the Hemi in it?
Yes.
Or they just put V6s
Wait,
in
you
it?
can't even... What in the
No.
hell?
Don't you dare even tell me that.
No, wait. It's got a 5... You can only get the 5.7, but you can only get it in rear-wheel drive. What the hell are they doing over there? This doesn't make any sense at all.
And then then they wonder why he's trying to kill it off. Make a bunch of terrible decisions.
He probably did that on purpose.
I guess.
Yeah,
That's
no one's going to miss it when
so
you're making those decisions.
Stupid. That's dumb. That'd be a great car of either the SRT8 or the 300C with the V8 and all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I would buy that over a Charger just because it's different. And I like the way they look.
Well, that's not an option
It's lame.
because I don't know because Sergio's trying to kill it.
What are they doing to Fiat?
Not selling it in America.
Just,
Yeah.
we're done with you.
I think so.
The only option we have is a 12-year-old design, and it's not selling that well. So yeah, I guess
I'm shocked.
we're packing it up and we're getting
Weird.
out of here.
So we're going to change the name to Jeep Ram.
Jeep Ram,
Jeep Ram A.
So-
JRA.
JRA.
JRA, absolutely.
JRA. That sounds like a good name for a car company. And if you want a car, you can have a Charger or a
Alpha.
Julia. Those
Yeah.
are your options.
Or a Maserati.
Or a
Gran
or a
Turismo.
Ghib-
Buy
a
a Gran
Ghibli
Turismo.
or a Quattroporte.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are your options.
Or a Stelvio. If
You can have a Stelvio thing. There are a million of those out there all of a sudden. That's been very
absolutely.
popular.
What is the one that Levizante? Is that
Oh,
what
Levante,
Levante?
yeah, the
I feel like there's
Maserati
a Z
SUV.
in there.
No, I don't think there is.
Ah,
They
it's probably
can't
not.
get enough of those to sell them.
No, they can't build those quickly enough.
Yeah, because last year I think at Chicago they said that they were sold out
Levante.
for a year. Levante. So that's what Chrysler plans to do. No more diesel vehicles. I see that they're pulling out on that real quick all of a sudden.
Weird.
Huh.
Oh yeah, these are bad, and that's just we're gonna stop making them.
Diesel. Isn't that a Volkswagen thing?
Yeah.
Go talk to those guys.
So they're phasing out all the diesels. They want to do more electric cars, obviously, because that's what everybody's doing.
And more big trucks.
Big trucks. All Maserati powertrains to be supplied by Ferrari. That's what they said. Well, I think they
Nice.
want to keep doing that.
Oh, okay.
I think the point is, yeah, I think they want to make sure that heritage is there. Plus, Ferrari's publicly traded now and not directly owned by Fiat Chrysler.
So they have to actually make money.
Well, I think the point is, like, we have to actually go buy them from Ferrari. Like, we can't just steal them in the night. And take some engines and put them in some stuff.
I swear to God, there were 6 engines in here when I left last night. Now there's only 3.
This guy, he's always accusing me of shit. No, they actually have to go over there and buy them now.
Damn it.
So, but I think that was their commitment to continue to do that instead of trying to develop their own engine.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
They make
I
a
agree.
great engine. That's like one of the things they do best.
They want to make the Ram number 2. It's a goal of theirs.
Yeah.
So probably
Truck
Not number 1.
Truck sales are high.
no.
I mean, at least they're
Set your
realistic
expectations
about it, right?
realistically. Yeah,
I mean,
they're number 3. They want to go to number 2. They don't want to go to number 1's probably too far. It's too
Yeah.
much limelight.
Well, they want to be able to hand out bonuses. We made it to 2, like our goal said.
Woo! Yeah, that's actually a good point. I'm sure that's exactly what's going on. So,
How can I maximize my bonus before retiring?
That's right.
but yeah, that's it. That's their plan.
So when's Sergio out? You got
I think
a
end
year
of the
left?
year. End of the year, maybe. I thought it was maybe December, but maybe he's got 12 months. Sounds way out. Wonder what kind of crazy shit he's going to do once
Oh, I'm so excited.
he retires. Do consulting.
Yeah, probably.
Do some fun stuff. Start his own company like, what's his name from GM? My favorite auto executive that isn't Sergio.
Oh, Bob Lutz.
Bob Lutz, yeah. Start his own crazy company where he puts LSs and things.
In Vipers.
Beautiful. I love it.
He does not put LSs in Vipers. You kidding me?
He had something based on a Viper chassis.
Oh, he did. Did that have an LS in it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was
Probably
gonna say,
not,
like,
but it
what
would,
in the hell are you doing,
it would
Bob?
be great, wouldn't it? No, he's putting putting LSs in electric cars.
Yeah, he's putting
Fiskars.
them in Teslas. Or
Fiskars.
Yeah, Fiskars, yeah. And doing other weird stuff.
How funny would it be if he was buying Viper bodies and putting LSs in them?
I would totally
Well,
do
the
that.
funny thing is, though, is like if he bought an ACR and put it like an LS9 in it or something like that and then ran a better lap time with it,
Right?
people would buy it.
People lose their minds.
And
No,
just the amount of shit talking that would happen online as a
And
result
then
would be
Dodge
hilarious.
probably would actually make a V8 one at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, the Mopar guy that's looking at his Challenger, we've had that conversation. I was like, no, seriously, the best Viper I could find is one without an engine. Because I would do it too.
Wait a
Oh, I
second.
would
Are you
do it.
finding Vipers without engines? Because now I'm interested.
Dude, it would be
there was-
literally the easiest swap ever.
There was one that he found that I was like, no, seriously, you should do that. And then he got
That is
he
a
got
horrible
he
idea
got all
that you've
mad.
given me.
They come with T56s, so you don't have to worry about
Uh-huh.
how to fit a transmission in there. You just
Yeah,
gotta
it's
have the
gonna
right
fit.
belt housing.
It's gonna fit.
And
You just got
there's-
to make motor
If you
mounts.
can
It's
put
gonna
a
be way
V10
far
in
back.
there,
You
you
got
can put a
tons of-
V10 in there. You can surely put
You
an LS.
Tons of rooms for radiators and turbochargers and all kinds of
V-mount
crap.
setups and crazy shit.
You could have like bag of snakes exhaust.
A 180-degree header.
Yeah, you could do the
Twin
Tanner
turbos?
Faust header. Twin
Twin
turbo.
turbos,
Dang, we gotta find some roller Vipers.
roller Vipers. It's sick how much
Or
I
just
want to
buy
do
a
this.
Copart Viper and sell the motor. Some hot rodder will buy it.
Somebody
put it
wants
in
the
there-
motor.
to put it in
Yep.
their
That might
they're
be
not cheap.
T.
That might be a better idea. Take
You
a
could
perfectly
almost-
good Viper,
Dude,
take the motor and transmission out.
This sounds like
Sell it.
wonderful YouTube content.
you could probably make most of your money back.
That's what I'm saying.
If you bought like a wrecked Viper, like a lightly wrecked Viper, is there such a
Hail
thing
damage.
as a lightly wrecked
Hail
Viper?
damage. That's what
Because
you
I feel
want.
like when you wreck a Viper, you wreck
fuck
a-
that car.
Well,
you
let's
wreck a
a
Viper.
Prius backed into your Viper and they wrote it off.
Oh,
How about
that's
that?
fair.
Yeah, we can do that.
I like hail damage. That's a good one
Hail
too.
damage is always the way to go.
Yeah.
On a
even-
race car, who cares?
At this point, you could even buy flood damage because it's not your motor. It's not your problem. You're just selling.
I'm
that
ripping the
bad boy.
interior out anyway. I don't care if it's got carpet in it.
Ran when parked. It's fine.
He said. Something to think about.
Sell all the things. I'll put your logo on the side of it if you want to sponsor it. If you're listening.
It's a terrible idea. I love it.
Maximum Driftcast right now.
I'd do it too.
I knew you would. He wouldn't even think about it. How much money? Yeah, let's do it.
I'll do that.
Sign me up.
The 240's got space on it too.
Grassroots Motorsports.
It'll be-
Done. Sounds great.
It'll be 1010's podcast brought to you by Maximum Driftcast.
Grassroots Motorsports.
Yeah, or
Slip angle.
yeah. There's gonna be a slip angle logo on the side of my car. It is for sale if you wanna
Somebody wants to slide in
put it
there.
in there.
All right. Is that it? Should we wrap the show up?
Sure.
Jump on those last few autocross spots, and then if you guys are going to be around, we'll see you at O'Drift, or we will see you at Good Guys, or you may see Adam at the next Gridlife event.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Strong maybe.
Wait, commit to one or the other, and then you'll do the other thing.
I'll never commit.
Okay. I think that's fair.
I'll tell you where I'm going to be
I'm not-
the day before I'm there.
That's usually how it goes for me. 'Cause
Yeah.
It changes.
Yeah.
the day.
Dramatically, yeah, I
It
understand.
really just depends on like if I get a bunch of overtime in the week or two beforehand and I can afford it, then I'm going to Chicago. If not, I'll be here in the
There we go.
Yep. Well, that's like how I was for that track day. I was like, "Yep, I'll be there." I took Friday off for work, and on Wednesday, I was like, "Nope, not gonna happen." Had to cancel.
Never mind.
Cancel my request. Not going.
Yeah, that's life, though. I assume that's life for everybody.
Fucking life, man.
Except for the people that are really serious about running a series.
Maybe I should do that. Be really serious about something.
Like if I bought a $2,000 gold pass for Gridlife, I'd be a lot more serious about making it to all the Gridlife.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe that's the motivation you need.
You got to do it next year. I have to buy that pass, and I have to be
like at that point. Your significant other's gonna be like, you're fucking going to Gridlife.
You paid for it.
Like, I don't care if it costs us $4,000 to get your car running. You bought a $2,000 ticket. You're fucking going.
Get out of my house.
Something to consider, Robbie, for next year. Buy the gold pass.
I need more track time.
F5. Gotta be ready with that F5.
Refresh. No, not with the gold pass. Those don't sell. Those didn't sell it as fast.
I think they saw it pretty quickly though.
Not this year. They didn't.
Not
10,
as dramatically.
10 seconds fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, not having 3 computers
Yeah.
at the same time fast. Because I saw it. I saw it on Track Midwest. Somebody had at least 3 computers. I don't know how. You can only run one at once.
Yeah.
I don't think you can run 2 successfully.
You can have friends, significant others, children.
I think this guy was at work.
He's got a coworker.
It does come out at
Hey, come over and push F5
just
for me.
click this button. That's all you got to do.
Just rapidly.
If you get it, let me know. So anyway, yeah, we'll figure out where we're going next. But we will be at O'Drift and Good Guys at some level. So catch us there.
We will be at Eddyville on July 21st.
You can definitely find us there on July 21st.
For sure.
We can commit to. No way, we can't commit to that because
no,
if we commit to it, then we won't go.
Won't
no
be
way.
there.
There is absolutely no way we will be there on this date. Okay. Anyway, catch you guys next week.